preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Oh, John, thank God.
Williams, what the hell are you doing here?
Myers. Is he dead?
Myers has zero emotion. He has no motives. If he sees, he kills.
Tell the town to lock their doors. No one in, no one out.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Jeff Meacham.
Thank you. Appreciate it. There you go. That'll work. I just felt like seeing Joe Hendry's face. That's okay. Anyway, welcome everybody to our coverage of WWE's Monday Night Raw, the fallout from SummerSlam 2024. Joined on screen for the moment by the Renegade JJ Williams, Mr. Reliable himself, Walter Cruz. We are awaiting the arrival of the man who was at the show, the simple man himself. As a matter of fact, Noah Foster. He'll be here in the short. If you believe the room in your window, the chat room, baby. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, big weekend for WWE. We're coming off of in Cleveland, and all kinds of shenanigans afoot already signed for Monday Night Raw. How are we feeling today, boys? Walter?
I'm feeling good, yeah. I felt like this was something we needed to do because there's a lot of stories launching forward post SummerSlam, and I can't wait to see how it's booked. And we got to get as G says, get the ball rolling.
That's it. Is it not a pain in the ass knowing that all we're going to get of the Tribal Chief's return is a clip, and we have to wait till Friday?
Right? Exactly. Unless
ain't that some shit?
There are some rumors that USA or not USA, Netflix wanted Roman on Raw, so we'll see what ends up.
That would be big. That would definitely stick it in the craw of Friday Night SmackDown. So there you go. Good to see Big T.
His name and he appears.
Yeah,
right.
That's it. JJ, it's one of the, I'm sure you had a very happy offspring after Saturday's show. So I'm looking forward to speaking to her about that and how she feels about their return and what is to come or not to come here as far as the return of Roman Reigns. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking. When me and her were having our little chit chat session last night as we went through and were booking the Monkeys show and which songs should make the list of Jericho.
Yes.
We definitely had a brief chat about it, but I will say, for those of you out there that have added the Simple Man on his social media platforms, that got to look at his stories now that he's uploaded his pictures and videos from there, let me just say, his reaction to Roman's return legit brought a tear to my eye.
Right?
After all the years of him ragging on Roman and putting Roman down and not my tribal chief, to hear him pop like that warmed my heart.
Yes. Noah very much took the stance a lot of people did after WrestleMania and acknowledged the greatness that is Roman Reigns, because we almost weren't allowed to acknowledge it in the moment because of how almost stale it had become. But you don't know what you have till it's gone. And we've been without Roman Reigns up until Saturday since WrestleMania. And we've been without the wise man now for a while too, and we are definitely missing Paul Heyman on our Monday nights. So I definitely am looking forward to what he has to say on Friday. He being Roman Reigns, pronouns, pal, and what's going to happen the rest of tonight. I am loading the graphic, which is why I'm talking slower than I probably need to, because they're having just a time. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the first one because we knew this was coming. We knew this was going to be a thing. It was a matter of when, as far as these folks getting into the ring. So let's just go ahead and talk about what we have been advertised to see here on Monday Night Raw. It is the in-ring returns of Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and Dexter Lumis as part of the Wyatt Six. And they'll be taking on Chad Gable and the Creed brothers as part of tonight's Monday Night Raw. That's just one of the matches already signed. So
I've heard this is going to be the main event.
Possibly.
I feel like it has to be. There's so much hype surrounding the Wyatt Six. Like they've got to give them that spotlight.
You would hope so, right? There's been a lot of speculation, and hell, even in the group chats, some of us have it. There's been, oh God, they're stretching this out longer. It's like, no, man, this is exactly the way to do it. So hopefully the WWE creative machine will come through for these folks, because man, it's definitely one of the most compelling things we've had in recent memory as far as the Monday Night Raw side goes, and to have them in the ring tonight will be hopefully as special as we need it to be. And again, reminder to everybody, I talked about this during musings, because of the coverage of the Olympics provided by NBC Universal and their networks, Monday Night Raw will once again be on Sci-Fi. So if you're going to watch along with us, and we encourage you guys to, we encourage you as you're watching at home, if you have access to the feed for television here in the United States, please tune in and give the WWE, give NXT, give AEW, give TNA your love and television support, because man, it's one thing to have us call it, describe it, but it's another thing to have the dulcet tones of the Renegade, Mr. Reliable, and the Simple Man along with what you're seeing on the screen. So, in addition to this,
I'm more interested to see what gear they wear.
Yeah, definitely curious on that.
And I mean, you got to figure the Wyatt Six is going to win. Otherwise, they've completely buried him.
Right. Yeah. It is a complete misstep. So,
like, I really don't want to see Gable and the Creeds eat an L in their first outing as a unit.
Right.
But at the same time, this restructured, rebuilt reboot of the Wyatt Six, they have to win.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one of those, unfortunately, they've painted themselves creatively in a no-win scenario here.
Yeah, I almost wish the Creeds and Gable's first match was against Tozawa, Otis, and maybe Austin Creed, Xavier Woods.
Right.
You know, that way they could at least get a W in their first outing as a unit.
Yeah.
And then lose.
It could very well be there is no finish here, and the Wyatt Six just caused their usual shenanigans and ends up being a big cluster schmoz. So
it's
we shall
also
see.
possible we'll see Ivy Nile out there, and maybe we'll get Nikki Cross as Abby the Witch, or possibly the return of Alexa Bliss.
There you go. Yeah.
To get involved, and that's how the match gets thrown out, is the female involvement on the outside.
Yep.
Leads to the schmozzy finish.
Alexa has a birthday this Friday, so we'll see if they bring her back early as an early birthday present to her and to the WWE Universe. We shall see. Dakota Kai will be in action tonight against Sonya Deville. Looking forward to seeing both of these ladies in one-on-one action personally. Long overdue for me, either one of them to have a singles match, so that's freaking cool as hell.
My question is who's the baby face and who's the heel?
Right. Don't necessarily need it in this case, I don't think.
No, but I mean, like, I don't understand the logic in this booking.
Well, I don't know about the logic in this booking, JJ, but I do know that there is a great amount of logic within the man we're bringing in right now, and he's also the simple man and the man who was part of SummerSlam, live and in public, if you will. He is Noah Foster. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, Jets.
A bit.
Good to be back here on the Multiverse of Media. Good to see y'all once again. Good God Almighty, what a freaking weekend! And this humidity needs to really go somewhere. And the day itself, it was what it was. But in the words of Big G, I'm far more than just happy to be here. This is a relief, and this Raw is definitely going to be the most interesting Raw since WrestleMania, to say the least. So I am definitely down for being part of this.
So before I get too far into the weeds of you telling the story of your weekend, let me just congratulate Noah, right? 18 hours of sleep.
Right?
Because damn it, if anybody earned that amount of sleep after the work he's put in this year between his actual job and working for my dumb ass, dude, I can't even. That's awesome. So happy for you that you got to have that literal day of rest.
I don't think I can get 18 hours in 2 days.
No, that's
I
so
barely
awesome.
get 18 hours in a week.
Yeah, right? I am so tickled that you got to go to SummerSlam once again, and then you were able to, like, you know what? I'm not doing shit today.
Okay. I'm gonna steal the reins from Jeff here for a minute. I'm gonna do a brief interview with Noah here.
Oh, okay.
First things first.
I'm
gonna
tell
you, like I told Jeff and Natalie in private, and like I just said on the air to everybody before you popped in here, before I start asking questions. I watched your stories on social media. Your reaction to the Tribal Chief's return legitimately, bruv, brought a tear to my eye. After all the years of you running Roman down, to hear the excitement in your voice to see him for his return to be in front of you and 57,000 other people legitimately brought tears to my eyes. What was the vibe in the arena like when the music hit? Because it was slightly altered music. It wasn't as recognizable at first. And I've heard a lot of people like, well, they should have just played the normal music for the return, and then if they want to alter it for his next appearance, do that. Just people, familiarity on Impact. But what was the vibe in the arena when they saw head of the table on the Trons and they realized that it was fucking happening?
if there was a roof, it would have needed to be refounded and checked by the city inspector. That's the vibe. Everyone stood to their feet, and that place exploded in anticipation for the what the fuck? Hey, over 50-minute mark, because we couldn't believe it. The words was there, the giant drums was there. It's like literally hearing the WrestleMania intro all over again with additional that started the whole thing. It was damn ridiculous. And then to see and acknowledge it was something else, to say the least, by everybody. It was an atmosphere unlike anything I've ever felt in my life live at professional wrestling events. It was insanity.
And not only that, but you got to see your boy,
yes,
Walter, ascend to his throne and become the world heavyweight champion, for the mat is sacred.
And now so is the title of Monday Night Raw. To follow this man's career all the way through the genesis of what became Ring Cup and WXW, through his work in Progress and across the independent wrestling scene, OTT, to what he became in NXT UK. When I heard that WWE was trying to create, based on NXT, my NXT, that brought me back as a fan of WWE in the first place, probably over a decade plus. And they were bringing that to UK, the most passionate fan base in the world. I was like, there's at least 3 people I need to see on there. I need to see Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. I need to freaking see Killer Kelly. And I need to see Walter. And out of those 3, 2 of them became the most prolific figures in that entire brand's history and longevity while it existed. And now the man, the Ligne General, Walter, now Gunther, transformed mentally and physically and emotionally and spiritually, for being honest, as he was married to Ginny, who, of course, he celebrated at ringside with. Congrats to the both again. I couldn't be happier to see the culmination of that achievement. Last year, I saw him once again bring prestige to the Workhorse Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, a title I've held near and dear, my entire life. I still say the white leather version, though, is my favorite for life. But to see him now be the world champion in his career, and WWE on their grandest stage, Monday Night Raw, the longest weekly running episode of television history, and the second biggest stage in their overall existence, arguably, SummerSlam. This SummerSlam felt like a WrestleMania experience to me of what I saw, especially with Gunther's crowning achievement. I couldn't be happier.
And I am happy for you for getting to witness those moments, bro. I don't know if you watched back the entire call, but there were multiple moments where I said, fuck you, Noah. Because you got to see Braun Breaker, you got to see LA Knight, you got to see Gunther, you got to see the return of Roman Reigns. And even though I know you weren't exactly cheering this person on, me and Walter supporting her, you got to see Queen Nia ascend to her throne and finish out her redemption since returning to the company. Not only did Liv Morgan put a cap on her revenge tour, but Queen Nia put a cap on her redemption arc. And that was a very cool moment, and especially her coming out after the match, hugging her mom, Mama Rock being there at ringside. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that, because I know I saw your stories, man. I know you weren't too keen on Queen Nia taking her throne. But in the grand scheme of things, her being able to claim her redemption.
It's like I was trying to say on my syllable tape before shit hit the fan here. You can't argue with the work put in that brought her back to this point. That level of trust, that level of believability, that level of, I would say, also self-recognition rebuilt within her, because I'm sure she was dying her a lot too. And working with probably the best person she could work with right now in the business based on long-term history, Bayley. Kudos to Bayley, by the way, and what she did, and arguably gave Nia Jax the toughest match under standard championship conditions to date in her career. All the way back from NXT TakeOver London, now to SummerSlam. Nia Jax is world champion, getting that win against Bayley. It felt fitting, it felt poetic, and it absolutely felt earned in the long scheme of things, despite the initial fan thought in me. It's one of those things that humbles to a fan when you look more than just, a character in the business versus a person, Nia Jax absolutely proved that she more so earned it rather than saying you deserve it. And I cannot argue that in the grand scheme of things. So I'm very curious to see what this leads to and when Tiffany time actually happens and if it's down with the queen, if you know what I mean. But I can't argue with what I saw. Again, there was not a bad match on this card either. Again, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. This was the greatest live wrestling experience of my life from WWE, arguably across all things wrestling. And I've seen stuff from TNA and AEW, not AEW pay-per-view. That's a whole different echelon to get to. But arguably, WWE, this was the greatest thing I saw ever since Triple H brought back that passion to me for WWE on the grand scale that he started with back in friggin' Black and Gold NXT. You're nice. I couldn't be happier for everything I saw, and honestly, I'm humbled to have seen that happen for Nia Jax. She absolutely earned it.
And I see Walter's hand up, but it wasn't no cakewalk for Nia either. It took 3 annihilators.
Yeah, I mean, about to say, barely power slammed that freaking woman to oblivion, I thought. The amount of punishment that Nia took while dishing out goes back to how far she fought as a challenger, but also how difficult she made it for the champion, which is hard to say when you put anybody against Nia Jax, saying that she's going to be the force that can't be opposed. Barely came extremely close on multiple occasions. If she had that Avalanche Rose plant, I think it would have been Bayley's night. But clearly, that was not the story to tell.
There you go. Go ahead, Walter. Thank you for being so patient. You're muted, bro.
Fuck.
Before I ask the question, I was going to say Bailey had all the momentum until that Tiffany fake out cash. And
that was the whole point. It was all a ruse.
Exactly.
Ding, ding.
But did that environment and the feeling make it so that you may think twice now about that WrestleMania appearance with all of us? Because now you know what the stadium feels like. Now you know the environment. Did that bug bite you? And now you might want to go to WrestleMania with us all.
Especially now that it is the Triple H era. Last year, we were kind of in it, but Vince still had his hands in the cookie jar. Ever since WrestleMania this year, it has been full-blown Triple H era.
I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Triple H is the reason I care about WWE across the board and the grand scale in the scheme of things as a fan of professional wrestling again. I went to SummerSlam last year. It was I went to this year. Holy fuck, greatest live WWE experience of my life. If I absolutely can't afford it, I would love to go see a WrestleMania. But only time and financing will tell, gentlemen.
There you go. And Safed did bring it up in the chat. The betrayals of Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor.
For those that are wondering, because yes, I watched the wrestling, but yes, I actually did see him react to the entire Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan embrace that was on the Titantron. Took a picture of it too because I couldn't believe it. I think I was cussing out more than Michael Cole was. I knew it was coming, but damn the feeling. And the audible gas with that lip seal. It was poetic in storytelling.
Looks like we lost Jeff for some reason. Not sure what happened there.
But anyway, as you were trying to say before I gave you the live gas atmosphere reaction, again, the Cleveland Browns Stadium, 57,000 plus, they're pretty much into the entire show, probably most of the night, except for the time they went to go, take a breather, because again, it was a 4-hour plus long actual pro wrestling show with 7 matches, and we literally were at the crossroads of the show with Bayley and Nia Jax. So, but yeah, that first match though, that end moment, that was the first time I heard a unanimous reaction, and it was quite interesting to be a part of. All right, what's going on? All right. Anyway, JJ, I
hope you have room in your house for Dom, because he's gonna need it, because he's gonna be running from Rio all night today.
I mean, the thing is, though, is he going to be running, or is he going to be feeling that confident that he has literally surpassed mommy? Mommy can't touch him. I mean, it's one of those things where a child thinks they could usurp their parents when they get out from underneath them. Mommy not on the bottom, not on top. But I don't know if Dominic Mysterio is going to feel even more self-confident versus self-fearful because he said, and I quote, Liv Morgan gets me. Something tell me Liv Morgan's been influencing more of Dom than meets the naked eye, to say the least. But JJ, I got to ask you, man. I mean, were you, let's be honest, you're a man of storytelling. We all saw the story coming. But when you saw the moment, were you as viral in your statement in reaction as Michael Cole and Pat McAfee?
I was off the call for that one.
Oh, who was on the call for that?
It was Jeff and Walter for that one.
Well.
Because of what Jeff has requested of us in being overtly negative towards talent, I stayed off on that one because I didn't want to be that guy.
Oh, I see. The whole versus storytelling versus. Oh, okay, that's fair. And then, like you said,
and Big G was there as well. He was on that one.
I was say, Big G made his big PLD commentary debut. Welcome to the family, man. I saw snippets. I didn't know that they did actually the entire first match. So good job, Big G. That being said, y'all have much more tame, casual flow and chemistry, which I like. That's a nice adjustment, especially in my fatigue state where I was just clipping you guys for the bus, just trying to keep my eyes open on the way of the ride. And yeah, Big G, that's going to be a party. I expect you to talk a lot in German. That being said, and confuse me. But again, JJ, you talked about the betrayals. That wasn't the only betrayal. When people saw Finn Balor put the foot on the rope, and then we see the Titantron replay, the people started saying, "You fucked up. You fucked up." And as Damian Priest going after him, we were just watching on. Damian Priest took his eyes off his opponent. Gunther capitalized not once but twice. Powerbomb, sleeper hold, new World Heavyweight Champion with a sadistic grimace with internal smiling probably on Finn Balor's face. And CM Punk and Drew McIntyre and Seth freaking Rollins, that was a story of emotions for everybody there.
Yeah, and you could see the subtlety going back to SummerSlam 97 with Punk in the Bret Hart gear, McIntyre and Taker-ish gear, Seth's referee outfit, very reminiscent of Shawn Michaels in that match. The steel chair coming in. You know, there was a lot of nods there that if you're very familiar with the match, like a lot of us older heads are, then you picked up on it. Some of the younger fans, you know, I used to call them the C Nation era fans, but can't even really do that anymore because those fans are damn near 20 years old.
Right.
They should be familiar with that match at this point.
Well, you said 1997. Yeah, you say 97. I got all those vibes. Again, you and I are historians, and I've grown even more knowledgeable because of you and Jeff, and I appreciate you guys for life on that. But when I was once a wee lad, I was 5 years old in 1997. Even I picked up those references. The moment that botch, might as well. Seth freaking Rollins came out with that type of attire. I was like, oh, okay, so he's going 1997 on me. Considering Shawn Michaels is my all-time favorite WWE superstars, I've told you verbatim. But yeah, and again, the key moment that made us all really gasp when we saw that Seth had the bracelet not in his pocket, not thrown out to the side, on his wrist. Now, I don't know about you, JJ, but a special guest referee is aside, when there's an obstruction, an item, something you feel that could impede the flow or anything in the match in general, you take that crap out, you stuff it in your pocket. I think there was definitely more to say with Seth actually wearing it.
I want to think that Seth's heart was in the right spot.
A little bit I do too.
You know, because if you put it in your pocket, you could forget about it. If you kick it out of the ring, you could lose sight of it. Or if they go back to the outside, it could get stepped on and broken. Putting a bracelet on your wrist where a bracelet is intended to go kind of makes sense in that aspect. So I want to think that Seth had his heart in the right place, and he was just trying to hold it for Punk. But we also know the way that he feels about Phil Brooks. We've heard him on multiple occasions the way he feels about Phil Brooks.
Exactly.
So you never really know, but at the end of the day, that's what cost Punk the match, is that temporary distraction and turning his focus from Drew to Seth. Very much as it was Drew turning his focus away from getting out of the ring with the title to Punk that caused his downfall with the briefcase cashing in the first place.
CM Punk screwed CM Punk. Simply put, he took his eyes off his opponent. Drew McIntyre got revenge and redemption with the low blow and the pinfall count win. It was a very unique story that played out. And you got all the CM Punk hits during the match. You got the elbow drop. You got the Anaconda Vice. You even got the GTS. But Seth, echoing the words of CM Punk too, karma really bites you in the ass. Actions have consequences. CM Punk's actions, the consequence was he cost himself his big return moment in a match. He cost himself a win.
Hey, he may be free of drugs and free of everything, but I mean straight edge. But anger can be a drug, and you got it. And anger was blinding, and as my name implies, he was blinded with rage and didn't think, and it cost him his return match. And so you got to be smart. You got to be able to keep your emotions in check in the middle of combat, and then after you win, then you let your emotions take over.
Yep,
exactly.
And got a little bit under a minute until Raw goes live. I've got Transformers Age of Extinction on my sci-fi channel right now.
Oh, good Lord. Let me go ahead and load up mine. Oh, yeah, I do too. But that being said, this is going to be a unique week because we are literally covering wrestling all across this week. What the heck's happening? How was this decided? I understand the fallout with SummerSlam, but you literally included everything.
We did because, okay, we already knew we were going to do NXT and we were going to do TNA. Those were given.
Yeah.
Then SummerSlam, and it's like, okay, well, got the fallout on Raw. Let's go ahead and do that. And, well, we're doing the fallout for Raw, so we may as well do SmackDown, especially now that Roman is back.
Okay,
let's see if he shows up on SmackDown. And then I started to see the matches that were announced for Dynamite. Jeff Jarrett versus Bryan Danielson with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yep.
Yes, please. We'll call that. You know me and Bryan Danielson. You know me and Jeff Jarrett.
Of course.
Like, yes, please.
All right.
And then I saw that Collision was going to be a Texas bull rope match between Thunder Rosa and the Virtuosa.
Oh, man, she fucking reign.
And I told Jeff, I was like, Jeff, I think we got to do Collision. And he started to get the goddamn it intensifies being ready. And then I shot him the image of the bull rope match, and he was like, God damn it, we do need to do this match.
Is that true, Jeff?
And then while we were doing that, we saw Title Tuesday. We saw the 5th anniversary show. I found the graphic for them in Toledo, Ohio for Collision, which I sent you privately.
I'm going.
Saturday night in Toledo, Ohio feels like nowhere at all. That's actually a lyric from a song, sir. So I'm not hating. It's a John Denver song. Saturday night in Toledo, Ohio.
Fair enough.
I spent a week there one day.
It's shit. Not wrong. It's one of those things. In our chat, as Raw's I know Raw's going live here.
So during the call, so you got a moment. You're fine.
It's one of those. I've sent that little sheet of the shows with the names next to it. I've got a new one already queued up for after we're done tonight that covers the entire month. Y'all want to sign up to do a show? Do we want to add Ring of Honor to our thing? Do we want to keep you guys on commentary decide, because at the end of the day, that just means there's more content going out on the Jeff Beacher Network and the Multiverse of Media. So
all the content, all the wrestling,
all the content, all the commentary, all the coverage. Damn it! and other expenses of my freaking dignity. As we look back at the cold opening here and the lip sync heard around the world
Have a good
in
thought,
front of
folks.
Mommy Rhea Ripley as we get ready here for Monday Night Raw and our cold open. That
Grumble,
moment,
grumble.
Dom is a dead man.
Grumble, grumble. And like I said, they posted on social media, Liv, Dom, JD, and Finn all arriving together in a bus.
Question is, who's truly
So
the
it's
leader?
clear that the battle lines have been drawn and we see one side.
Right?
Rhea, Priest, you got to figure is on the other side. Where does Carlito lie in this?
I don't know. I don't know
Carlito
whether
has always been a little bit more welcome by Dom and JD and Finn, and a little bit more looked down upon by Priest and Rhea. But could this be a way for him to get back on the quote unquote good guy side for a moment?
Well, again, battle lines drawn black and white. There's a ton more gray than meets the eye. And I'm not talking about Seth freaking Rollins' sparkly pants after counting the 3 for Drew McIntyre against CM Punk, as Damian Priest's name no longer lives in infamy as El Campeon. It lives in infamy as the latest victim of Darlene General Gunther. Again, Braun Breaker. Okay, just real quick, I gotta ask, did you freaking call Blue Thunderbolt never wins during freaking Braun Breaker's Sami Zayn's match?
Absolutely, I did.
Damn it, JJ!
Absolutely, I did.
Damn it! Come on!
Not only did he do it, but he made a point to say, because Noah's not here, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm like, God damn, you causing shit when parents not watching. Shame on you.
Why?
But dude, Gunther's chest and the bloodshed from those overhand chops by Priest.
Well, that being said, talking about bloodshed, how about literally bad blood brewing? You see the biggest betrayal lately in WWE history as you see the still current Women's World Champion Liv Morgan, Dom staring in the arena, and former El Campeon Damian Priest, Usa, I see you down there, coming in no longer with the title. And of course, we had new champions across the board, it seems, across both brands. Speaking of which, there's the new Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. And what is tonight going to be the fallout from the biggest event of the summer?
And I know you mentioned on a simple take, the Steiner brothers and the Legends Suite getting to watch their son and nephew achieve this monumental moment. We were commenting a little bit on the blonde that was sitting next to Rick. We didn't really know who it was at first. Izzy Dame from NXT, Braun's new girlfriend. As we turn it over to Noah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I demand all your gratitude for your new World Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Ring General Gunther. That is the greatest sight I've seen in WWE this year. On what was probably the most watched SummerSlam in WWE history, we witnessed the rise of the King General, the Lean General, now the new World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, who was able to beat Damian Priest back at SummerSlam. He called his shot, JJ. He called his shot since the beginning of the year when originally thought he was going to face Seth freaking Rollins. He said he was going to become the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam officially when he won King of the Ring, and he fulfilled that self-promise.
Yeah. And you know, I know that Imperium turned their back on excommunicated Giovanni Vinci, but I would love to see a backstage photo of the three of them now that Gunther is world champion, just for old time's sake. You know he's got to be so happy for the Ring General
as well
on a personal level.
as well as Alex Tischer, of course, also formerly part of Ringkopf, who of course works now in GCW Bloodsport, as we see, still unknown if he's medically cleared or not, Ludwig Kaiser, aka Marcel for my friend Jen out there.
He is medically cleared. He's supposed to have a match here this evening.
Excellent. But for now, celebrate your new World Heavyweight Champion.
I believe he's taking on Sheamus. I could be wrong. I know Jeff has the graphics somewhere.
I'm going to run that friggin' banger back. And again,
yes, it is going to be Kaiser versus Sheamus. There it is.
Nice. And now we're going to embrace and celebrate the new World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, as the Gunther era has officially begun, where Raw is sacred. Let's hear from the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Kaiser getting out of the ring to give the gratitude that he demanded to the Ring General, your new World Heavyweight Champion.
Now, clearly a polarizing reaction for, again, the most prolific, protected, dominant pro wrestler in the entire WWE landscape since his arrival on Monday Night Raw. 666 days, Intercontinental Champion, day 1, World Heavyweight Champion. And we knew tonight was going to be a ruckus environment from the get-go, JJ.
Oh, yeah.
Sold out again, as always. Congratulations to WWE as we come up again, the biggest event of the summer. And again, folks, JJ Williams, Noel Foster on the call for you right now for this first hour. And by the way, this first hour is commercial free.
Yep, there will not be a lot of downtime for us here.
That's Gunther.
My name is Gunther.
JJ, I will leave you with the promo transcript as we are perfectly in sync.
I am the Ring General.
Damn right.
I am the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in history. I am the King of the Ring. And now, I am your World Heavyweight Champion. Kaiser outside the ring gives a round of applause, a standing ovation, as it were. Tonight a new legacy begins. If you think what I've done with the Intercontinental Championship is historic, then just watch and see what I'm going to do as the World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, good luck to the entire WWE locker room.
Right? I fully expect Gunther to hold this title till at least WrestleMania, if not next year's SummerSlam.
Yeah, I got at least a year and a half on him.
He's prepared for everyone and everything. There's nothing that can catch me off guard. I am greatness personified.
Damn right! Witness the greatness that is the Ring General, finally! Crowned rightfully so.
I'm almost waiting for somebody to come out, some kind of music to hit. So from this night forth, Monday Night Raw, and the legacy of this great business, of this great sport, and the World Heavyweight Championship belong to me.
What?
Randy Orton.
Wait, what? He's a SmackDown superstar. What the hell's happening?
Don't know.
The 14-time WWE World Champion.
Oh, shit.
Wait. My mind's going off here. JJ, Randy Orton was the last victim of Gunther in the finals of King of the Ring. There's still controversy regarding the Viper Randy Orton beating Gunther fair and square that. Not clean as a whistle. They have not visited since.
Yep. And that could be exactly what they're going to play off of heading into possibly Bash at Berlin. I mean, what bigger coup for Gunther than for his first title retention to be against the Viper, the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer?
I mean, though Randy Orton's been very busy these last few months since King and Queen of the Ring, dealing with bloodline warfare on SmackDown alongside Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I was expecting somebody to come in, but Randy wasn't my thought process.
No.
If I'm being 100%, I was expecting John Cena. Somebody put it out there that Cena versus Gunther at Mania would be money.
Yes.
And I almost thought they were going to do that, pull that trigger to kind of help start building to that.
But in the meantime, it looks like we're going to switch gears because the Viper wants to revisit a date with Gunther. And this time, the World Heavyweight Championship might be part of the picture. A title very familiar to Randy Orton. Let's not forget, the youngest World Heavyweight Champion.
Yep, when he walked down to the ring in Toronto 2004 and found the title just laying in the middle of the ring in those god-awful peach tights 20 years ago.
It looks like Randy Orton has something to say here towards the new World Heavyweight Champion.
For those of y'all that can't see the green room, Jeff was literally just doubled over because of me going there.
I figured as much, honestly. If you know, you know, folks. Well, this is certainly a unique opening moment. St. Louis's own.
Fans very emphatically chanting Randy, Randy.
Okay, so it wasn't just me that was caught off guard. Good.
Randy wanted to congratulate him. That being said, that title
Damn right.
looks mighty fine hanging over your shoulder.
He said German shoulder.
You're a good-looking champ. He's the only reason Gunther's carrying that title in the first place.
Referee decision.
You got your title shot at SummerSlam because you beat me at King of the Ring, but did you really beat me at King of the Ring?
That is a fair argument.
Triple H knows there needs to be a Gunther and Orton sequel because Orton's shoulders were not down.
Oh, baby.
The smirk on Gunther's face.
He's not the only one smirking.
He's calling in the sequel, the rematch.
Where? Oh!
Randy thinks the fans deserve a modern-day Flair versus Steamboat. Orton knows he can fill one of those roles, but can Gunther?
Former legend killer.
Gunther considers himself a living legend, but Randy made a career out of killing legends.
What?
I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to walk out of your home country as the new World Heavyweight Champion.
For those that don't know, Gunther is from Austria, which is in Germany.
Everything you just said is true. And to be honest, not beating you clean has left a little stain on his record. If those voices in your head are telling you can beat me in Berlin, I've got to tell you those voices are wrong.
Uh-oh.
Crowd chanting RKO now.
Yes!
Randy Orton, I accept.
We have a World Heavyweight Championship match for Bash the Berlin, the Legion of Gunther versus Randy Orton. And Gunther saying nothing, absolutely nothing catching me off guard.
I want you to see it coming.
Well, if Randy Orton gets an RKO out of nowhere, we very well might have a 15-time World Heavyweight Champion on our hands, as the Viper, the Legend Killer, has put the challenge out there, now accepted by Gunther. Gunther's first defense will be Bash the Berlin, and it will be against the Viper Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship, as the era of the Ligue Generale has officially been ushered in.
And you know this is, I mean, obviously it's the Triple H era, but this is all Triple H is doing. What better way to make Gunther look like a strong champion than to defeat the man that Triple H himself once proclaimed the future of the business?
The former future self-proclaimed by Triple H of the business versus honestly the future of the business we're looking at now in Gunther. And of course, you were talking about earlier, Ludwig Kaiser, of course, who has returned on Monday Night Raw. He will be in action tonight against Sheamus. But let's go ahead and acknowledge not just what we just heard tonight, but what we heard, what we saw, what we witnessed at the end of SummerSlam with the return of the original Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And we're going to look further back at that moment later tonight on Monday Night Raw, where Roman Reigns speared Solo Sikoa and cost the Bloodline the WWE Championship. And also tonight, the in-ring debut of the Wyatt Six in six-man tag team action. They will be competing against Chad Gable and the Creed Brothers. Chad Gable has been haunted by Uncle Howdy since the Wyatt Six arrived to Monday Night Raw. And tonight, in case y'all wanted, they're in the beautiful town of Baltimore, Maryland. And again, sold out crowd on hand for Monday Night Raw. Beautiful skyline, by the way. Let's see what Jack Ramon's talking to in the backstage area.
Famous fella.
Oh,
Figure Kaiser is still out there at the ringside area. They're probably going to go straight into this match as opposed to having to bring him back out.
I mean, that makes sense. Apparently, Sheamus is the one to be blamed for the injury that happened to Ludwig Kaiser. The human Ken doll, the disrespect.
Well, I mean, his girlfriend is Tiffany Stratton, Barbie, so.
Oh,
damn it. I got Noah there. He's got no reply.
Well, at least this match isn't brought to us by Mattel.
Although they do their action figures.
Look, the day that Mattel is on the freaking LEDs is the day I'm like, goodbye. Of course, Sheamus has more than one issue he's been dealing with lately, and the former brawling brute, Pete Dunne. That being said, are you ready for a banger? Well, JJ, it may be Monday, but it's also, well, I'll let you say it.
Fight night! Every night that Sheamus is on our screen is fight night.
This is accurate. The Celtic Warrior.
And here comes
WWE.
Beaker, but where is Dr. Bunsen Honeydew?
Whoa, wait a minute.
Surprised they let him out of Muppet Labs.
Well, the joking aside, we're getting straight to business tonight. Sheamus driving Ludwig Kaiser to the barricade. The bad blood has escalated with these two ever since their first one-on-one match, where Sheamus said, let's do it again. And we saw what happened following that. Ludwig attacked this man. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a physical start with these two right now. Both men still have not gotten in the ring. This match has not officially gotten underway as this commercial-free first hour Monday Night Raw unfolds with our first in-ring action.
Yes.
Sheamus ready to go. Ludwig looks like he's ready to go. And again, that caused by Kaiser right now, that momentary pause. Oh, jeez. Kaiser getting receipt.
There's the bell ring. The match is now officially official.
Again, you figure about what Sheamus been dealing with Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne. Now he has to deal with this former history with Ludwig Kaiser. Everyone pretty much has been the Celtic Warriors' enemy since his return back to WWE. And Eddie Orango is going to have his hands full with these two men. There's no denying that. Oh! Big boot to the chest, the bright white chest of the great white Sheamus.
Ooh. Brutal slap to the face by Kaiser. Just the disrespect.
You see the blood vessels rising on the chest of Sheamus here. A shade of red being shown. But we also know Sheamus loves to fight.
It's the only color you ever get on Sheamus, as pale as he is.
And now Kaiser might be getting his own shade of red, courtesy of these open palm strikes in the corner.
Oof.
Good Lord.
Grief. Might end up smacking the spray-on tan off of him.
Well, we've also seen Ludwig Kaiser really try and stand on his own, and there is an inverted kick, it looks like, to the leg, almost a chop block of sorts. And we saw this strategy employed before by Ludwig Kaiser. He went after the legs of Sheamus.
He's doing it again, going right after that thigh, trying to cause a Charlie horse.
Ooh. Right hand doubling over Ludwig Kaiser, and another one now. Celtic Warrior taking back control here.
Up on the shoulders.
And Sheamus rolling through with the steamroller. Not often you see Sheamus use a move like that.
It's very true.
Again, this new era now ran by Gunther, also no stranger to the Celtic Warrior. Let's not forget their war back at Clash of the Castle over the Canal Championship. Kaiser right now looking for a reprieve and maybe breath back at his lungs, it seems. Kaiser's asking for medical to come out here.
It's all a ruse. Kaiser is playing mind games with Sheamus.
Yeah, clearly. And right now it's working. It's allowing Kaiser a chance to recuperate the advantage.
There we go.
Kaiser driving.
Shot to the head.
And I think he drove Sheamus' head into the steel ring steps, JJ.
I'm not sure how much impact that actually had. It was pretty much like a light stumble back, but still, contact is contact and steel is steel.
And we've also seen what Ludwig Kaiser's done before with men against those steel ring steps, including, you mentioned his name earlier, former tag partner Giovanni Vinci. Kaiser running around the ring. The other side drop kick at Sheamus against the steel ring steps.
Jesus, could that be it? He's just got to get Sheamus back in the ring. Around this point in the match is probably when they would go to commercial, but remember, this first hour is commercial free.
Well,
see it again here.
And again, folks, we got our first match made. I imagine the main event for Bash Berlin, which we will cover here, the Multiverse of Media. Special start time, of course, because they are in Germany, and that will be Saturday, August 31st. Count of 7. Sheamus trying to get back in the ring here, JJ. Kaiser get a count out, and he breaks it at 9.
The last possible second.
It's sliding underneath the
Kaiser going right back to him. Those kicks.
And Kaiser just teeing off right now. Taking control of the Celtic Warrior here. Calls himself the definition of European excellence. Wants to wipe that silly smirk off Sheamus's face.
Oof.
Former rugby player, of course, teeing off here against Sheamus. And right in the eyes, right to the nose, pointing the elbow to the top of the Chrome Dome. Across the forehead almost of Sheamus. Oof! Big right hand again by Sheamus, who again is trying to get back in this fight. And a throat thrust, though, by Ludwig Kaiser. Stop that attempted for offense. And a bat to the leg.
Yep. Again, going back to that already injured body part.
Yeah, and just driving his body weight across the chest and throat of Sheamus. Sheamus now braced up against the apron. This is almost a possessed look on Ludwig Kaiser. Again, he blames Sheamus for the fact that he was injured in the first place. The fact that Ludwig Kaiser also now literally basically is in proverbial possession of the World Heavyweight Championship thanks to his running mate of Imperium, Gunther, has to further the confidence of Ludwig, but also has to further how much he's looking to prove. You got to imagine Ludwig would one day want to challenge Gunther or want to be the World Heavyweight Champion himself. Oh, you got to be kidding me. He is not going to do this. 10 beats of the bowing by Ludwig Kaiser to Sheamus? Uh-oh.
And Sheamus looks upset here. Clothesline taking Kaiser down.
That is a not very smart move to try and play the Celtic Warriors game against them. You can call Sheamus a joke all you want with that smile, but he's as serious as it gets when that bell rings. Oh, man.
Crowd chanting for Sheamus.
And again, great kick combination by Ludwig into the cover, hook of the near leg. It's a 2 count. Forcing Sheamus to kick out. After again, forcing Sheamus to use his legs that he's already been trying to compromise throughout this match.
And of course, Raw will return to the USA Network next week once the Olympics have concluded.
And the disrespect being shown here by Ludwig Kaiser to Sheamus.
Oof. Kaiser's got to make sure he doesn't let the emotions get the better of him and end up getting disqualified.
Well, if nothing else, he's taking the fight out of Sheamus for now, it seems. Kaiser right now taunting the Celtic Warrior. Sheamus turning a whole shade of red on his face for a whole different reason.
I was going to say, Sheamus looks like he's getting infuriated.
And big right hands now by Sheamus. Overhead shots in Ludwig Kaiser. Both these men just teeing off against each other here. About to break down to a Donnybrook. Kaiser back though. Irish whip. Sheamus from up the ropes. Breaks for Ludwig Kaiser. Takes him down with an axe handle. And now Sheamus building momentum here. And a clothesline in the corner. Knee to the spine up the Irish Curse backbreaker. It's almost one of those phases. Ludwig Kaiser just helped Sheamus here get this bit of energy back. Now up in the Celtic cross position. Oh, God. Able to counter right now. Teeing up against Sheamus. Once again, though, Sheamus has Ludwig hooked up. Uh-oh. What noise? Covered by Sheamus. Hooked the near leg kick out by Kaiser at 2. It's a hell of an opening matchup here, JJ, as we expected.
Yep. Irish Curse backbreaker couldn't do it. White Noise couldn't do it. You got to figure at this point, Sheamus is looking for the brogue kick.
But again, were those legs damaged enough where he can't get the full extension of that? Take a look at the replay here, though. Beautiful Irish Curse backbreaker. Deep hook of the leg, 2.5.
That's probably why he's been trying to avoid it and hitting him with everything else. But if nothing else is working.
The Clover Leaf might work. Sheamus going to sit down deep on Ludwig Kaiser's back. And Ludwig right now on his side, though. Trying to somehow find escape here. Turning Sheamus around and finds a way to force the rope break. And Sheamus right now trying to drag Ludwig back in. Wait a minute.
Now Sheamus has him set up. Going to go. He's looking for the 10 beats himself, but Kaiser able to reverse with that neck breaker.
And discus clothesline fall covered by Ludwig again, gets a near fall. Well,
Now Kaiser's looking like he's getting frustrated what it's going to take to put away Sheamus.
Well, again, the in-ring IQ, though, Ludwig Kaiser, we got to appreciate that because that was very smart on his part, preventing the 10 beats of the Brown and wiping Sheamus out with that discus lariat.
And you see the sweat come flying off of Sheamus's chest.
So let's go. Sheamus chants raining out the grimace on Ludwig Kaiser's face and the smile of competition thriving on Sheamus's face. And both these men, a firefight right now. These shots to the side of the face. It's almost like a cancer in there. Gear, JJ. Big right hands, big short range clothesline by Sheamus. And Ludwig set up and over. Holds on to the ropes and I think he's got
get it this time.
Count it out, JJ.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 beats of the Baron against Ludwig Kaiser's chest. And now Kaiser in a world of trouble. Sheamus to the top rope. And down goes Kaiser on the floor. That big man shouldn't be flying like that. I'm just saying.
Tell that to guys like Bronson Reed.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
That's the shillelagh Pete Dunne had. Sheamus getting out of harm's way, though. Brown kick or knee strike more so to Pete Dunne's face. And Pete Dunne's supposed to be Trick Williams on that Great American Bash. Oh! And step as a girl by Ludwig Kaiser to take advantage for the win and a near fall. And Kaiser, to your point now, looks literally apoplectic. The bad blood that Sheamus had against Pete Dunne almost cost him there. Ludwig's got to realize he's in control here. He has to stay focused on the attack. And Kaiser right now, going to put Sheamus away. Sheamus, though, hits the knee, off the ropes, fall through. Brown kick!
Falls
Kaiser,
back on him.
down and out. That's a 3 count for the fella.
Called it, Noah.
You did. And that rising knee strike follow-up, bro kick combination. The Celtic Warrior with the win tonight, and he bests his former brawly brute with that attack. And Ludwig Kaiser, though, great effort here, though. But Sheamus with the win tonight here on Monday Night Raw. And clearly, Pete Dunne is not finished with Sheamus yet. And Sheamus like celebrating, of course, not just with the commentators, but with the WWE Universe.
With Pete Dunne slated to take on Trick Williams tomorrow, you got to wonder if Sheamus may get involved and repay the favor to Pete Dunne.
And again, we talked about the moment that went viral over the weekend. Roman Reigns returned at SummerSlam, over 100 million acknowledgments across social media platforms, courtesy of WWE, JJ.
Yep. Not sure how that compares to the video of Joe Hendry's debut in NXT, but got to be pretty close.
Again, do you believe? But do you also believe in long-term storytelling? As we talk about again,
11 years ago in Baltimore, Maryland, a prophet was unleashed.
Of course, we are talking about the Rotunda family and forever immortal now, Bray Wyatt, as the Wyatt 6 is bringing us full circle tonight with their debut in ring in our main event. Tit! When I first saw the Wyatt family in NXT, I knew that this was going to be a wild ride, to say the least.
Definitely.
The symbolism of that lantern. course, we were talking about Uncle Howdy here, who are, of course, talking about how they were all lost until they let go and he guided them home. We saw firsthand what these guys were capable of last week on Monday Night Raw against Chad Gable and the Creeds. Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, Sister Abigail, Uncle Howdy. They're here. And they're here tonight in Baltimore. WWE's Reckoning's here, JJ. And Chad Gable, again, was one of the very first victims of the Wyatt Six arrival in those backstage assaults. And the Creed Brothers apparently have trusted Chad Gable and his tutelage and looks to fight alongside him tonight against the Wyatt Six in six-man tag team action. Of course, we talk about, again, how we cover all things wrestling here, all things combat sports, including UFC. Shout out to the champ here. It looks like we got a little social media thing for our Marshall Maffers here.
Yep.
Talk about dominance across the board in all sports here. As we look back again at the biggest part of the summer, everybody was a part of it. All the outlets, the Plain Deer they're talking about, WWE SummerSlam event in Cleveland, how the Dog Pound was capacity filled, 57,000 plus. And of course, you all can learn more about the fallout, the takeaways overall from our simple take that I did earlier, from Aaron Ritz's review, from JJ and Cruz Open Mic Night. I'm sure they talked a lot about this because this was definitely the most talked about event of the entire weekend. And thank you to everybody right now that's watching here, JMN Multiverse of Media across all outlets, as this is the first of straight up 6 straight days of wrestling coverage we have for you this week across all things wrestling. And we'll hype up more of that schedule and the watch along trailer later tonight as we are still in the first hour of this commercial-free Monday Night Raw, looking at towards the fallout. Uh-oh. And speaking of fallout.
Yeah, I was going to say, we know what that all rise means, Noah. It is our former World Heavyweight Champion, El Campeón, Senor Money in the Bank, the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, and he is a man on a mission.
Yeah, I don't think he's on a mission just for himself either. For, again, we saw the implosion of Judgment Day as we know it.
First words out of his mouth are Finn Balor.
That don't surprise me.
Get down here and take this beating like a man.
Hey, well, you did say earlier, they all are here.
Is this for real? Go from being the prince to a backstabbing scumbag to a coward.
Everyone knows your story.
Where I'm from, you know my story. Most of my life I've been on my own. Until I found the Judgment Day. They gave me a reason to fight. Made me feel like I belonged somewhere.
Go check out that documentary, folks. W24% Damian Priest, El Campeón.
Damian Priest introducing Finn Balor to his family, the people.
The WWE Universe.
Pissed off because you took the title from all of us. You made me feel like I disappointed my family. And you know I can't let that stand.
Uh-oh.
You're suffering. Know that I am the reason for your pain. So
You
get
were,
your
you,
and let the meetings begin.
you were re-rolling there a little bit, but I heard you. Just a heads up. It was like going in and out a little bit. Uh-oh.
Balor on the Tron. Want you to know you brought this all upon yourself. You betrayed the Judgment Day. No leaders.
Right.
We're all supposed to have each other's backs. But that all changed. A year ago, I almost became champion. And this happened.
He literally waited a full year for this?
Mm-hmm.
Man, talk about holding a grudge.
You say you're from the streets, well, now you're just a loser from the streets.
It's like the prince is going to make sure he doesn't miss. Man. Oh, damn. Finn Balor with Dominic, Liv Morgan, JD, and Carlito.
Man, oh man.
If Damian Priest wasn't driven by revenge, now Finn Balor take out Damian Priest when he least expects it.
I'm not the best at reading lips, but I could have swore that Priest said that's bullshit.
Even in Espanol, I think you probably are correct. And Damian Priest isn't waiting, apparently, for Finn Balor to pull the trigger. Well, I guess we'll have to see if we actually do get any more judgment calls against Damian Priest tonight on Monday Night Raw. As again, Monday Night Raw continues here. First hour commercial free. And thank you, Walter, apparently, for confirming that annunciation. Again, SummerSlam was quite a phenomenal event. Of course, even before the show, of course, there was the WWE kickoff show where apparently Pat McAfee and Triple H did the water take.
I just brought Walter in because I thought Liv was going to be on screen. I know JD didn't want any part of that shit.
Thankfully, she didn't say nothing. So.
Okay. All right. As you were, kids.
She didn't have to actually speak louder than words with the 2 kisses to Dominic Mysterio's face. But again, let's think about what Finn Balor said. Talked about last year, man up. Shout out to Mark Briscoe. It took Balor a year, apparently, to man up. He's been scouting this moment since last year's SummerSlam. And here I thought this only went as far as that tension built back at Backlash earlier this year, JJ. It went a lot further than I thought. Did you think it went back that far?
For what now? I missed some of that. I was kind of watching the replay here. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, Michael Cole. Don't ever do that again. What the fudge?
Hey, he tried, damn it. Give him credit for trying.
Well, I know one thing for sure that I'm never trying. That, especially in a suit. You idiot. When Scatman was there? Oh, I can imagine what he was faking. If we go backstage to Adam Pearce, and we'll talk more about Finn Balor, I'm sure, before this show. I don't think that's the last we've seen of the Judgment Day.
Oh,
Considering
no,
there's
I
one
don't think
person that we haven't seen yet. Oh, hello.
Big Bronson Reed is not part of the Judgment Day, but he is a big motherfucker. You talked about Sheamus coming off the top rope again. Tell that to guys like Bronson.
Apparently, Bronson Reed says he's going to get to the top. He's created his own path. Curious how he rises to the occasion on that. Speaking of which, we welcome the rise of a Valkyrie as we go to women's action. I'll be damned. Women's action the first hour of Raw. Lyra Valkyria has arrived.
Women's action, and we didn't have to wait for the 9:15 time slot.
Oh, you stop it.
Stop me when I'm telling lies, though, Noah.
Like I said, 9 out of 10, you're not wrong.
Unfortunately, we have no graphic for whatever this is going to be as Lyra Valkyria comes to the ring.
Well, again, Lyra Valkyria, though, she's been tagging alongside the party girls, as we call them, of course, Cannon Carter and Katana Chance against the newly formed trio of Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, and Sonya Deville. And, of course, we also saw the return of a new and improved, more vengeful Damage Control, where Io Sky had to say, Damage Control needs to change. They're going back to Lucha Underground with that apparel, almost the Black Lotus Triad look, which I thought they were going to do in the first place. Oh, boy. And, of course, Lyra here with the feathers. You would think she's giving a shout-out to the Baltimore Ravens, but...
oh, shit. Where's Big G when he needs him? The Queen of Spades is going to be in action here against Lyra Valkyria.
And she's got enforcement in her corner.
Flying V. Oh, wait. Wrong sport.
Shayna Baszler, of course, coming off that incredible bout in GCW Bloodsport. And also talking about the war cry of what Bloodsport represents. Went underground for the victory. Now comes forward on Monday Night Raw to prove a point why this trio might be the baddest bitches to deal with in WWE. Shayna Baszler goes one-on-one with Lyra Valkyria tonight. But we see, of course, no one's out here for Lyra, though. We got Sonya Deville and Zoe Stark out here, though, for Shayna Baszler. And of course,
this has got to be our last match before we get off of commercial-free broadcast.
And most likely. We talk about the damage that these three have done, but you got to consider the Damage Control did to these three last week. And clearly, these three did not forget about that attack, as we know Sonya Deville will be in action later on against Dakota Kai one-on-one. And Lyra's got to realize she's outnumbered here. Got to strike fast and move quick. Bell rings are underway. Both of these women, former NXT Women's Champions, might I add.
Yeah. Shayna going right to Lyra here.
Yeah, submission magician right now, just bringing Lyra's arm down to the mat, going to work. Lyra Valkyria, of course, and Shayna Baszler also competed during the Queen of the Ring tournament. It was Lyra, though, that made it to the finals. Oh, man, and earned that shot attempted for the crown.
Shayna here looking to make short work out of Lyra with the role that these three have been on.
Yeah, Shayna stopping away right now and dissecting Lyra Valkyria again. Greco-Roman knuckle lock here, hoisting up Lyra, hyperextended that already compromised left arm after the stomp, bringing her through. Lyra, though, able to scout it. Listening to close on off the ropes. Scouts that high kick. Takes Lyra down. Takes Shayna down with the cross body. We know how much Lyra... We know how much Lyra can always put forward in a fight. We've seen the rise of Lyra Valkyria ever since she came to Monday Night Raw and was drafted in April. Incredible opportunities made by Lyra here, of course, competing in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Shayna, though, with an ankle lock applied here. Of course, Shayna's hobbies includes taking limbs. We saw what happened with Selena Vega, I believe, last week when Shayna, Zoe, and Deville took her out.
Oh, yeah. That was brutality.
Nice gut wrench. Oh! There's Lyra with the sit out.
There.
Good
that
power.
Was good of her. Looked like she was struggling just a smidge, but she was still able to execute. Zoe up on the apron.
A big boot, though, Zoe Stark's face. Trying to create opportunity for Shayna. Coming up the apron. Might tweak the ankle there. Up the second. Drop kick, though, to Sonya Deville. And Shayna, though, Catching her, though. Coquina clutch applied.
That's going to be it, I'm sure. If she gets Lyra down to the mat, that is going to be all she wrote.
Lyra's been scouting Shayna Baszler, though. She knows Shayna's playbook here. Trying to hoist up again. Waist lock, though. Roll through. Try to pick the ankles. Oh! Nice step against Guri. Rock Shayna Baszler. Now up in the fireman's carry. Up on her shoulders here. Oh, look at that. Nightwing, and I knew that was coming. Sonya and Zoe saving Shayna from the inevitable pinfall.
Match getting thrown out due to disqualification.
What? Uh-oh, wait a minute. And here comes Damage Control.
Oh.
Kyrie saying Io Sky and Dakota Kai racing down the ring. We talked about before, 2 of these 6 women are in action later tonight. Who is the most dominant trio here in WWE? These women battling it out here, and Damage Control getting the better right now of these 3. Well, Damage Control put into effect here, preventing the attempted post-match assault on Lyra Valkyria. As we get a video package now for the final testament. Yes, folks, that's still a thing.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. We have to fix the cuckoo clock.
Probably talk about the fallout with Karrion Kross and Xavier Woods. Talking about, of course, how New Day's been the WWE tag team for over a decade, but saying how Xavier Woods has been held down by Big E and Kofi Kingston rose to greater promise. In a way, he's not wrong, though, because both those men became WWE champions.
Okay, but how long did it take for them? I mean, Kofi Kingston, it took what, like close to 15 years? Big E close to a decade, give or take. Woodsy's time will come.
Karrion Kross saying, well, I mean, I understand, pace is the virtue. I get what you're saying. But Karrion Kross basically is saying here that Xavier Woods is too afraid to stand out and be his own man to get to that point.
I mean, if we're being real, Kross deserves it before Woods does. I'm just saying.
That's a bold statement.
Am I wrong, though?
In a way, you don't seem like you are, but I will say this. This man was still NXT champion.
And we see the Second City Saint, the best in the world, walking backstage. Coming up next, we're going to hear from CM Punk.
As we got our first
go
commercial.
to our first commercial break.
Fuck television. But I will say this because this commercial actually matters because, again, as part of this week of non-stop content, we will be back here tomorrow, me and JJ personally covering week 2 of NXT's Great American Bash, headlined by Oliver Page defending the NXT Championship against Ora Mensa. Can he get the 1, 2, 3 when it matters? Stay tuned and find out tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Standard Time on Sci-Fi.
Well, why don't we go ahead and bring Walter in, producer man? And I am going to step out for just a moment and utilize the facilities while we actually have a commercial break.
That's a fair shout and a good idea on your part. Walter, good to see you here again. It's been a pretty, I would say, straightforward first hour. Nothing, too over the top and nothing like, too much to take away after the opening segment. We now know our first match officially for Bash at the Berlin. We had a banger with Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser, and apparently no love lost between Sheamus and Pete Dunne. Bronson Reed is looking to carve his own way back to the top, whatever that means. And Finn Balor apparently has been planning this for the last year and says that he's just getting started and will attack when Damian Priest is expected. We still have not seen any sign of Mommy, Rhea Ripley, since the betrayal down at Mysterio. So again, there's still a whole lot that could go down as we still have 2 hours left of Monday Night Raw. What you thought so far about the first hour?
Yeah, the first hour was good. I mean, they were commercial free, but they sure weren't ad free because they just kept showing their own ads. But
As they do.
yeah, when you made that batch about Bronson Reed and you called him Braun Breaker, I actually wouldn't mind that match now, 1-on-1 with those two behemoths for the Intercontinental Championship. That might not be a bad idea at Bash of Berlin. So you might have accidentally booked a good match there.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time I booked a better match than somebody else when I think someone's underutilized, just saying. But again, it's a new era right now. The thought of SummerSlam, we saw changes at the WrestleMania. Now we're already seeing the changes tonight after SummerSlam with Gunther as the world champion and Finn Balor apparently taking Judgment Day in a different direction, but not leading it, quote unquote, it seems. How many leaders do you see there on screen? You tell me. Damian Priest, though, ready to rip them all apart. And again, as we talked about before, the nonstop content for the week is just getting started. We'll run our watch-along trailer probably because I don't want to overexhaust things. Probably next commercial break, if not maybe, halfway through the show, if not maybe the top of the next hour. But as alluded to, we'll be covering Great American Bash tomorrow, AEW Dynamite Wednesday, TNA Impact Thursday, SmackDown Friday, and Collision Saturday. You're with us here at the Multiverse of Media live watching event schedule for a week-long dose of nonstop content covering all things wrestling. Shout out to the W family. God, come.
What started as an impromptu NXT watch from us has boiled into covering all week. I'm here for it, man.
Hey, I told you before, I'm a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it. Now I truly encompass all things wrestling, as of course the Olympics encompass all things sports. Shout out to Team USA. I hope they brought home a lot of the gold. Of course, the Olympics are still going on, so root for your favorite athletes in your favorite countries, folks. And at the end of the day, check out Primetime in Paris tonight on ABC and the Peacock, should you choose to watch the Olympics. And of course, we go back to SummerSlam. Again, Walter, you and a cacophony of people had some great fun on the call. As of course, SummerSlam broke all-time records, 57,791 attending in Cleveland Browns Stadium. We saw the coronation of a queen and the culmination of a road to redemption at Queen Nia Jax with Princess Tiffany by her side as the new women's undisputed champion. And of course, the drama was set to an all-time high with the betrayals, but also the fallout of Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and of course, CM Punk, where again, CM Punk's ego cost him his return match at SummerSlam. Actions indeed have consequences. But what are the repercussions of those consequences regarding personal issues versus professional development? We're about to find out here shortly. We go backstage, having Nia with the Creed brothers here.
And JJ mentioned it at the beginning whether Nia would be a part of this.
Yeah, I mean, now saying boys are just passionate.
It's saying they have a switch that just goes off.
I guess Chad Gable must have also picked up Ivy Nile as part of his new Alpha Academy. Well, he seems very confident taking down the White Six.
Confirmed that that it is the main event, and they say they got their own team that they can keep the name Alpha Academy. So there's a whole new team now.
Yeah, we changed the culture. Let's change the mood. Here comes CM Punk. And again, folks, you're with me, Walter Cruz, and JJ Woods through this next hour of normal Monday Night Raw. Hope you enjoy the reactions and the commentary. And we also will say fuck television each time it goes to a commercial break.
And of course, you bring me in right when CM Punk is coming out. I see. I knew you guys had great timing.
And Monday Night Raw and Triple H sometimes knows how to schedule itself across a 3-hour block when it comes to what you should put up the top of the hour.
What do you mean sometimes knows? WWE is better at it than other companies are. I won't name those companies out of fairness, but they are better at it than other companies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But also 3 hours still is an hindrance to me. Because CM Punk came back last Saturday, first singles match since 2013. And again, personal issues clouded this man's judgment. You said earlier, Walter, Rage took over and it cost CM Punk that match, and Drew McIntyre is still in possession of that bracelet.
Yeah, emotions is a hell of a thing, man. It can be blinding. Trust me, I knew. Rage is the reason that they call me Rage. I used to just blind react to things, and I had to learn how to control it. We'll see what Punk does.
Slight amendment to your statement, though, Noah. First televised one-on-one match since 2013.
Fair enough.
Let us not forget that over the holiday tour, he competed at the Forum in LA and the Garden in New York against Dominic Mysterio ahead of the Royal Rumble.
Fair enough.
Well, let's see what he has to say as JJ can do the translate. He's been doing all the translate for talking, so we'll give it back to JJ for this.
Works for me.
Why is he smiling? Why is he so happy? We'll get to that in a second. Shouted out somebody who won a gold medal at the Olympics, says he likes to see good things happen to people that work hard.
Wow.
I haven't been to Baltimore in over 10 years.
That's crazy.
Damn, right?
And it feeds my ego when 10,000 people are screaming my name at me.
Sometimes I think this man has a bigger ego than all you in Page.
And right on cue, the audience goes with it.
It makes me happy. Losing doesn't make me happy, but SummerSlam wasn't a guarantee. Baltimore Monday night wasn't a guarantee.
Got to tell puppy.
I imagine a lot of you like me because every time I get knocked down, I get back up. Some people absolutely hate me because I don't stay down. Says he was told in 9 months he'd be able to return to the ring after his Rumble injury. They said 9 months and he did it in 5.
All right, Cena.
Mentioning how tough Drew is. Told lies about him to make him feel better about himself, talking about Drew. SummerSlam was the start. He knows people's road to WrestleMania started in January. His started on Saturday. Where would CM Punk be if it wasn't for the fans? Where would CM Punk be if he stayed down the last time he lost a championship? Last I checked, he never actually lost the championship the last time he had one, but that's just me.
You're absolutely right, JJ, by the way.
You are correct, by the way. And that's what I'm about.
Yep. Packed house wants to see less CM Punk talking and more CM Punk fighting.
Uh-oh. Well, CM Punk did talk about how some people can't stand him. He mentioned Drew McIntyre. I still think the jury is out on this individual, JJ. The man that counted the 3.
He is a revolutionary. He is a visionary. At WrestleMania, he was Cody Rhodes' personal shield. Seth freaking Rollins, the man who called it down the middle on Saturday when everybody thought that he was going to be biased. He actually called it fair. That, there are legitimate referees that could take notes from Seth Rollins. I'm not going to name any names. Y'all know who you are. Y'all know who I'm alluding to. But there's legitimate referees that could take some notes from Seth Rollins officiating Saturday night.
In this company, particularly.
Look at his
And
face,
others.
guys. So, Rollins has a serious look on his face, not his usual self.
Oh, no, because the personal feelings. Seth, like I said, Seth, I believe Seth felt he was doing the right thing by picking up the bracelet and putting it on his wrist. And Punk took issue with it.
Uh-oh. Well, CM Punk said he's here to fight tonight. He may not have
Seth looks like he's dressed to fight.
Exactly. Actions have consequences. We saw the first consequence to CM Punk on Saturday night with that loss.
A focus, Seth, because he's not even making the crowd sing his song.
Seth says, you're in a good mood, so am I. Because after 10 long years, it is finally time for me to put you in the dirt.
I knew this was coming eventually.
You want to let me in the ring, or do you want to get your ass kicked out here?
Whoa!
I'm not the one who dressed like a cowboy today, but I'll be your Huckleberry. Let's go.
Wait.
Here we go.
There's Drew McIntyre coming through the audience.
Interrupting.
Scottish psychopath. What is with all this negativity? Tonight's the night of celebration. Everyone's talking about when Drew McIntyre beats CM Punk. Drew feels he's earned Punk's undivided attention. Drew saying that Punk proved he still has it. But you're no longer the best in the world. I am.
He proved this Saturday, though.
Oh, geez. Oh, jeez.
Drew saying, guess who's still in my corner? Larry and AJ.
That was the last straw. That pushed CM Punk. He's off and running after Drew McIntyre.
And Drew is running like a bitch.
He didn't learn, guys. I said anger blinds you.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre. Well, again, you talked about earlier. Drew McIntyre hightailed the arena. Well, wait a minute. Bronson Reed. Big Bronson Reed just literally crashed through Seth freaking Rollins.
Well, guys, if you want to make a name for yourself, you attack one of the biggest stars on Raw, right?
Fair enough. Super kick from Rollins and a big boot to Bronson Reed.
Uh-oh, got him hooked. Death Valley Driver.
Damn.
And now
Senton.
And another
one.
That's 330 pounds on Seth freaking Rollins' chest.
Guys, I don't think Pierce can ignore him anymore. What do you guys think?
Now, I got to go to JJ for the weather report.
Tsunami.
And he's not done yet. You talked about earlier, like we said, to create your own path. Another tsunami to Seth freaking Rollins.
When he said set his own path, he meant it. Like he went after Rollins, one of the biggest Raw superstars there is.
Well, the last time these two
Multi-time
collided
world
was what?
champion, tag champion, intercontinental champion, U.S. champion. Rollins has done everything there is to do in the WWE. Money in the Bank winner.
And the ominous words to Adam Pearce biting Seth freaking Rollins tonight, whose focus was only on CM Punk. He might want to change gears now to Big Bronson Reed.
I don't think
And
he's
apparently
done yet,
Bronson
guys.
Reed is not done here.
Kenny Dykstra, agent in the ring with.
Oh, no, not
Rollins.
again, not a third time. Bronson, no, this is too much. Dollar Tsunami.
Jesus Christ. Petey Williams, Jason Jordan, and Daivari trying to get Bronson Reed to go back to the back here.
Rollins may have crushed ribs here. We might need some medical attention here.
You know, where's BB at? Remember her?
Oh, God,
No,
come
he's
on.
doing it again, guys.
Are you fucking kidding me? No, not a first Tsunami.
Well, excuse the pun here, Noah, but this is how you make an impact.
Yes. I think he's going for a fifth one, gentlemen.
Will someone get this big ass idiot out of the ring before he kills Seth? A fifth Tsunami? Are you kidding me? Not even Japan gets this freaking hit hard.
I don't know if I'd call him an idiot right, Noah. He is making a statement. And to Walter's point, how can Pierce look away from Bronson now? Bronson deserves some title opportunities.
Well, if he doesn't
He
get out of the ring
deserves
soon
some
here-
push.
If he doesn't get out of the ring soon here, that opportunity is going to turn into some damn fighter suspension if he's not careful.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised if
another
Seth's got some-
Tsunami! What the fuck?
I wouldn't
look
be
at the
surprised if
blood.
Seth's got. Yeah, I was gonna say if he got internal injuries right now.
You tell all these damn gum cronies and these referees, what the fuck is Pierce?
I don't know, but Seth might be spitting up blood, guys, pretty soon.
Well, you got 330 pounds of a mammoth crashing in your chest 6 damn fucking times. You're probably gonna break or bruise something.
So is this the epitome of when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside?
There's the blood spitting, I said.
And Rollins is seriously hurt. Yeah, whether or not give the man a towel so he could actually spit into that, I suppose. I mean, again, we still have the rest of the show to go, but seriously, they're going to need to scrape stuff off the mat after that.
Gentlemen, Seth came for a fight, but he looked for it for CM Punk, and he got it in a whole nother different direction. And
He got TKO'd a whole different way. Oh,
Bronson Reed coming again?
You have got to be fucking kidding me.
Different corner?
Get Seth out of the damn ring! Jesus.
You know, guys, I think this is just being done to kind of prolong Punk and Rollins. We need to obviously finish the story of Punk and Drew with the way he just chased after Drew, being shown the bracelet and everything. But we got to keep Punk around. So this feud, the starts of this here with Bronson Reed is how we're going to do it. That way we can hopefully hold off on Punk and Rollins until Mania.
Yeah, well, Seth freaking Rollins is going to be lucky to breathe the same way again before he can get his hands on anybody after that assault.
Well, Rollins is definitely going to need at least a few weeks to heal from some internal injuries there.
Well,
like I said, is that the epitome of when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside?
Well, my insides hurt watching that.
Well, that being said, while you make that reference, I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge this reference. Acknowledge the OTC and the original tribal chief, as again, we saw Sikoa speared into this week. And this coming Friday on SmackDown, Roman Reigns returns home. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Friday at p.m. Standard Time. And of course, we'll be coming here at the Multiverse of Media. And now we got a full commercial break, so fuck television.
I'm looking forward now to coming home from work on Friday and seeing the fact that Roman Reigns returns to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. We'll see when Suffering Rollins returns again with oxygen in his damn lungs after those damn tsunamis by Bronson Reed. How about nearly killing a man? Good grief. Well, anyway, That was a hell of a statement and a hell of a way to get yourself some sort of creativity on Monday Night Raw. Noticed by Adam Pearce and Triple H for that matter.
If producer man's ready, maybe all of our audience can be look forward to everything we got coming this week if he wants to run that commercial.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Commercial.
Shoot, I'm just here chilling after that. They're gonna need to build some time anyway. After Suffering Rollins is gonna need a spatula to get scraped off the mat. That being said, why don't we go ahead and promote what's ahead this week only, and then maybe we'll go further out when we get close to the end of Monday Night Raw. Again, JJ, Walter, you, me, and I, and Jeff as well are going to be busy all week long here with all the wrestling here across the multiverse of media. Again, folks, tonight we're coming Monday Night Raw, but tomorrow me and JJ will be back in the seat bringing you commentary for the Great American Bash Week 2. We have Kalani Jordan versus Tam Patrick for the NXT Women's North American Championship. We have the Rascals, MSK, TNA, taking on NXT Tag Team Champions Ashton Nathan Frazier, taking on Wes Lee and let me make sure I get the name right, Zachary Wentz, because fuck old name changes. And of course, we also will see if 1, 2, 3 can actually happen when it matters, when it comes to Ultimate Page defending the NXT Championship against Ora Mensa, still a dumb name. Not to mention the Battle of Joes, where you either believe in Gallus or you believe in Joe Hendry. Because
you got to be the most conflicted person when it comes to that match.
I am not. How dare you? That being said, I'm sure more will develop as we get close to Tuesday night with the trios turmoil happening in the NXT women's division. And we wonder if anyone can be on Roxanne Perez's level after Fia Hell's amazing effort, but came up short, left devastated, and didn't answer no questions. Where does Chase you go from here? Only time will tell. We also move, of course, into Wednesday with AEW Dynamite. Yes, we are coming a normal, kid you not, normal episode of AEW Dynamite. What the fuck is happening here in the multiverse of media? What have I started? What has become a thing? AEW Dynamite.
But is it really normal, Noah? Is it really normal when you get the American Dragon versus the Last Outlaw? Is that really just a normal Dynamite?
Well,
with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat?
Okay, you might have me there. And also MJF will give us an eliminator match over his AEW American Championship against Kyle Fletcher, and more to come, I'm sure, as we are building our way to All In. Yes, Walter.
Those are usually the kind of matches you can only get when you play a video game, and we're actually getting a match like that in real life.
Brian said, if Jeff Jarrett don't think I can go all in, I'm going to show you I can go all in. And now I want to see if Jeff Jarrett can go all in. And according to Jeff Jarrett, he wants us to be anything goes, no disqualification. We're not getting Double J. We're getting the Last Outlaw against the American Dragon. And we'll talk more about that and further stuff here later. As we are back from Monday Night Raw. Beautiful overhead skyline shot here, Baltimore, Maryland, home of the Baltimore Ravens. We just saw moments ago, though, a friggin' natural disaster occurred as Bronson Reed, with more tsunamis than Japan gets hit probably in a week, wiping out Seth friggin' Rollins and crushing his ribs in the process. 330 pounds crashing into a man's torso 10 feet above you. You don't easily recover from that shit.
That wasn't a natural disaster. That was a man-made disaster.
Good God. And finally, we're able to get Seth Rollins out of the ring, away from the impending tsunami. And we got medical personnel probably checking on Seth Rollins as we speak.
Here's the man I said can't ignore him now.
Uh-oh, oh no, oh no.
Pierce telling Punk that Drew is gone. He walked him out of the building.
He told Punk to relax. I don't think so.
Again, Adam Pearce has his hands full tonight, as usual, Monday Night Raw. Chaos Galore. Speaking of chaos, Final Testament now are standing in the ring, waiting for their opposition as we go back to elimination and try and restore some control here.
I'm so over this group. Can this be the final chapter of the Final Testament? Can we just close
I
the book,
don't think
please?
that's ever going to be the case. Offers of Pain, former NXT Tag Team Champions, of course, taking on former record-breaking WWE Tag Team Champions in the New Day. Kofi Kingston back, who was assaulted, of course, and taken out by Karrion Kross, alongside Xavier Woods, who, of course, lost to Karrion Kross last week.
Showing off the new action figures that are based on Ninja Turtles.
Let's go ahead and get back on our agenda here. Of course, this all stems from the fact that Karrion Kross believes that Xavier Woods is afraid to step out on his own and be his own man, and is fine being the sidekick to Kofi Kingston.
I don't know.
I mean, again, you can kind of call that what you will. It's one of those things where you either think you can make it on your own in this business or you can't. But to JJ's point, New Day again, JJ, they have been a united front and a standard in WWE for the better part of a decade.
I'm tripping out at their Ninja Turtle costumes. This is just fucking ridiculous.
It's cool, though.
Michelangelo and Donatello in the ring here.
Well, if Xavier Woods really wanted to step on his own, he probably would have dressed up as Raphael. Bell rings are underway. Drop kick by Kofi Kingston to, I believe that is Akam of the Offers of Pain.
That is Akam.
Again, these
giant. So we've got Toka and Razor versus the Ninja Turtles.
Exactly.
What in the 1991 am I watching here? And is Vanilla Ice going to be here to do the ninja rap?
I mean, not that I'm trying to make this more so a Jeff Ross roast with pop culture references to movies and cartoons, but WWE did have Bebop and Rocksteady played by a couple of superstars, including one that's on Monday Night Raw, tag made.
Hey, at least they're not babies this time, JJ.
I mean, they could bring back the 80s Shredder.
Is Kevin Nash going to pop in and show up as the Super Shredder?
Stay tuned for that question. Restaurant quality, non-picture-in-picture, full commercial break, fuck television. There. Now JJ's safe.
But anybody else, do you guys feel like, I really feel like this rivalry is pointless unless Woods really does turn his back on the New Day.
Well, that's the whole point.
If it doesn't lead to that, there's no point to this.
Exactly. That's the whole point. If that's not executed, and probably never will based on the Connection WWE universe and, of course, the push of merch, then this will be a never-ending story. It is what it is. Or as James would say, it's whatever. But anyway, getting back to the watch-alongs for this week, the week truly about all the content, all things wrestling. We talked about Dynamite. Of course, we don't know what's ahead for the women's division there as we continue moving forward with Timeless Toy Store, Mariah May, and of course, Mercedes Moné, Double-Breaker DMD, Camille, and who knows who else might show up. And Saraya still looking for a way to get back to Wembley. We move away from AEW, though. You and I, of course, will be back here covering Thursday's TNA as we look more towards the Nick Nemeth era as TNA World Champion and who could challenge the juggernaut, Jordan Grace. And there isn't a whole lot known when it comes to this week, particularly in the TNA, which I kind of find somewhat interesting. But we know that Frank Kazarian and Josh Alexander has set their sights on Nick Nemeth, and Joe Hendry is bound and determined to become the TNA World Champion. And the system is trying to reboot themselves. Good luck with that.
I do know we're supposed to begin the qualifying matches for Ultimate X.
Correct.
I'm curious to see how those pan out, who's involved in those matches. You know, is it possible we'll see some NXT and a crossover here in those matches? We've seen the No Quarter Catch crew. We've seen the Rascals. Could we see some of those guys qualify or even participate in qualifying matches?
I mean, if Javon Evans is bouncy, then I want to see what this man can do bouncing up an Ultimate X structure.
Right. Give me Javon Evans versus Speedball Mike Bailey. I want that match before the end of this crossover.
I don't think there's no sight right now to this crossover ending, especially after what Triple H subtly said, to echo what you talked about, what TNA gets out of this and what WWE or NXT gets out of this as well. And also Rosemary, who's apparently bringing a death via Black Rose with each of her matches. No idea what the hell's going on with her. And we know that Matt Cardona is back as he crashed the wedding of PCO and stepped to Lander. And I'm sure
then he got injured again.
Well, it is what it is. And as we move forward from there, of course, we'll be back here Friday night covering SmackDown with the number one thing we will acknowledge is the return of the original Tribal Chief, where I don't know whether he's going to answer Solo or Solo's going to call him out first. Solo seemed pretty apoplectic at the end of that match. And with Randy Orton's focus now on Gunther, I guess the legacy to be closed will have to be told later. We got to wonder who's next to challenge Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. And, of course, I'm sure we'll get the coronation of champion Nia Jax alongside Princess Tiffany Stratton as well. And further fallout to come with our new United States champion, L.A. Knight. Yeah, which I'm very happy about. Yeah. We're back here on Monday Night Raw. This is not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Bebop and Rocksteady. This is the New Day versus the Authors of Pain and the continued story of Xavier Woods being tormented and questioned based on merit and potential by Karrion Kross.
Monday.
Well, of course, it's
Monday,
not them versus
Raw.
Bebop and Rocksteady. We established it's Toka and Razor. One of them is even named Razor, for Christ's sakes. Like,
literally.
Kobe looking to make a tag here right now. See if the New Day can bring this match to the favorite.
a hot tag to Woodsy.
And come in the ring. Of course, former NXT Tag Team Champions at the top of our former Dusty Cup winners. Rolling elbow strike by Xavier Woods here.
But this isn't ninja rapping, it's ninja wrestling.
And Xavier Woods right now just continuing the onslaught here, trying to get the better of the bigger, powerful opponent here. Still the kind of night. Wyatt 6 versus Chad Gable and Creed Brothers main event. 6-man tag team action. Nice super kick there. And Akam suffers one as well. A Razor, though, hoisting up Xavier, throwing him into the corner.
Still to come tonight, Damian Priest looks to get a little semblance of revenge against J.D. McDonough.
And again, Authors of Pain, dangerous as they come in their previous run as NXT Tag Team Champions. Xavier Woods, the relentless assaults here with these headbutts out of the corner.
He didn't get the memo about headbutting people.
I'm pretty sure nobody in this business has gotten that memo, to be fair. Top rope, missile drop kick. Akam off his feet. Hilarion can't believe it. And Akam set over the title, excuse me, Akam and Razor. Razor, of course, the legal one. Akam, the non-legal one. Kofi flies and wipes out Akam on the outside.
Ooh, that was an awkward angle that Kofi landed at.
And
Karrion Kross tripping Woodsy up on the top rope there.
And referee didn't see it at all.
Okay, so Razor has more hair on his head. That's the way to tell them apart.
Mm-hmm.
Akam is more of a buzz cut.
That's fair. Now Razor, though, just trying to get his senses back to those headbutts. Wait a minute.
Who is this?
Who is that?
That's Odyssey Jones. Karrion Kross got wiped down into the freaking W Universe. It was down a cover. It's a crowd. New Day win.
The
New Day stole it here because this appearance by Odyssey Jones.
And then, though, the Authors of Pain going after Xavier Woods and Odyssey Jones. Yes, folks. You remember that name? He was drafted and never seen. Yeah, he's here right now. And Odyssey Jones taking out the Authors of Pain. What the fuck is happening here tonight?
Hey, guys, if you can't get a Big E, I'll take an Odyssey Jones.
You gotta be fucking kidding me!
Double sidewalk slam by Odyssey Jones, who's got a New Day unicorn shirt on.
Now Karrion Kross, though, trying to get back at him in the ring. And, whoa, man!
Black hole slam.
Ugh. Well, hello, Odyssey Jones.
New Day came with a backup plan.
Kofi looks like he's very excited. There Woods, though, not sure what to think here, but Clay New Day got some backup.
I wonder if Woodsy was privy to this information because he's definitely taken aback by this decision.
Could it be Kofi went on his own and recruited somebody, JJ, that caused suspension?
But also, does Xavier Woods feel even more under-regarded for his capabilities, if that's the case, courtesy of what we just may have believed been done by Kofi Kingston?
As we go to a backstage promo for Big Head Bob, JD McDonough here.
Oh, good grief.
His
JD, of
forehead
course,
takes
talking
up my
about-
whole computer screen, man.
And of course, JD talked about how he sacrificed his body. And of course, saying that Damon Priest never wanted him part of his crew. Of course, we also talk about, again, JD McDonough is the student of Finn Balor.
I love this fire from the Irish ace, JD McDonough, man.
Been a long time since I've seen it, honestly.
And he's making some valid points here. You know, Priest never wanted him around, never wanted him in the Judgment Day. He took bullets for Priest and was never appreciated. And now here he is, tag team champion, and Priest has nothing.
Speaking of
As
having
we
nothing,
go to SmackDown's A-Town Down Under.
Oh, good God. What are these two idiots doing here?
They're going to be taking on the Awesome Truth as a result of that segment with Jelly Roll from SummerSlam, where they were calling them the Rock and Roll Express or whatever.
You'd think they would take that as a compliment.
You got to give Jelly Roll some credit. That was a hell of a choke slam.
Oh, no doubt. Jelly Roll was phenomenal, both as a performer and also as an athlete. That was an incredible choke slam. But to JJ's point, tag team action, the Awesome Truth taking on A-Town Down Under, the former SmackDown tag team champions. Up next, we return here live on Monday Night Raw. Buck Television. Oh, these two, though. Good grief. It's a viral moment of a different sort.
Man, they went an hour without commercials and went crazy the second hour.
Well, like Odyssey Jones, there's a name I thought was friggin' gone in oblivion. As of course, we got a commercial here for the WWE 2K24 video game, the most highest rated WWE 2K game in history, which apparently had Pat McAfee and a bunch of idiots. And I'm sure that, what's her name, Luke's will probably have fun with the WWE Supercar stuff like she always does. She's a good friend. That being said, we're now over the halfway point officially here on Monday Night Raw. So not bad for 90 minutes, to say the least.
It definitely hasn't felt like 90 minutes. I feel like the commercial-free first hour made it fly.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
Crazy when you think about it, especially what happened in the last 30 minutes.
I'm here for the Odyssey Jones joining New Day as long as they don't make him do all the dancing and the silly stuff. Let him be that serious person.
You realize Odyssey Jones is a huge fan of Big E Langston, right?
I know, but still, you want him to be taken serious immediately. You don't want him to start going into that. Look what he just did to the Final Testament on his own. He literally picked two huge 250-pound plus men and sidewalk slammed them both at the same damn time.
That's a fair point as well, and I did see. We all acknowledge that. And again,
we'll
acknowledge
by then having him hit swivel.
Don't put that. Don't put that on my screen. Just gonna say that. That's a lot of jelly rolling. Just saying. That being said, shout out to Jelly Roll again. Great performance. Great seeing him perform live at SummerSlam. My mom was ecstatic to see me get a clip for her, and clearly passionate WWE fan, demonstrated it quite fully. And hey, that was a hell of a chokeslam. I wouldn't mind seeing him do that again and again and again to those two particularly. Just saying. That being said, of course, we are going to be back with SmackDown. I talked about we're going to acknowledge the OTC, the original Tribal Chief, as well as, of course, we're going to acknowledge our new United States Champion and new WWE Women's Undisputed Champion, as now we have Queen Nia and Princess Tiffany ruling SmackDown. So we'll see what happens. And as far as the tag team titles go, if JMN is injured and DIY cash in on their rematch opportunity, I can see DIY honestly getting it back against Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga, where Tonga Loa has not figured out his cue yet in WWE. Just saying.
Or could this be where they bring Hikuleo in to do the Freebird rule and allow Hikuleo and Tama Tonga to be the champions due to the injury?
Or going even further, because you saw the picture I sent you, who was in my very section.
Yes.
The son of Umaga, Zilla Fatu might come forward and be part of the bloodline. There's no telling what's happening at this point.
Zillow's version of the spike, the Samoan spike, is ridiculous. The way he jumps and does it, holy hell!
Yeah, the velocity behind it. He could literally punch a hole in someone's throat that's not smoking a cigarette. It's ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, we will also be covering Saturday night AEW Collision, primarily for one reason only, officially known. It will be can't believe I'm saying this, Texas bull rope match. I need a little cowbell between not men, but two of the fiercest women that could kick any man's ass, and being perfectly honest. La Mera Thunder Rosa, owner of Mission Pro Wrestling, of course, we'll cover next week in here on the Multiverse of Media, and the Virtuoso, Dion Perazzo, who now has 3 wins on Thunder Rosa. You would think Thunder Rosa would learn by now. You don't mess with the Virtuosa as she crafts this art of this new era in AEW through this chaos. Speaking of chaos, we'll also be covering chaos later this year, as it was made official, JJ. The last WWE of the year, Survivor Series War Games 2024, will take place in Vancouver, Canada. And of course, all outlets now know that.
Yep. Pissed off the founder here, the man whose name is not on the marquee because we still have the fuck television graphic up. He was hoping it would come to California, as had been rumored, but the Canucks can't get a Stanley Cup to save their life, so we'll give them more games.
Well, I mean, again, you can learn more about hockey statistics, wins and losses, courtesy of the Sports Bar with Statboy Mikey and Dory Lou Tuesdays here at the Multiverse of Media, folks. So if you want more information and roasts like that, pull up a seat, come on into the Sports Bar every week here on the Multiverse of Media. That's Tuesdays, currently 6 p.m. Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Cheap plug. As we go backstage with Kofi Kingston and Odyssey Jones, as we are back here on Monday Night Raw.
I'll tell you what, I know better than to go to Vancouver in November, so we'll be at home calling that, because I ain't going to Canada in November.
I don't know how much it snows there in November, though, to be fair. That is a powerhouse and a half.
Notice, guys, it's just Kofi backstage right now with him.
Well, no, Woodsy is there too, but Woodsy definitely seems a little bit put off. I don't think that Kofi cleared this with Woodsy before it happened.
Exactly. And
here we go with the Alpha Academy, Tozawa, Maxine Dupree, and Otis. Is Tozawa going to get nasty here?
What the hell is happening in front of me? I cannot take. I can't. I cannot unsee that. Well, you know what I can see, though? We're going to get tag team action here in the middle of the ring. I don't know if you would call that awesome, but A-Town Down Under, JJ's favorite tag team, is about to take on R-Truth and The Miz, the Awesome Truth, former Raw tag team champions, taking on former SmackDown tag team champions. To your point, it was Saturday night at SummerSlam where we got a viral moment, and I saw it live, as Jelly Roll came in with the chair and gave 2 of the biggest douchebags in WWE a long overdue ass kicking, courtesy of Steel. And again, being disrespected.
Jelly Roll definitely got to live a boyhood dream.
Yeah, and it came true. Beautiful, awesome choke slam to Austin Theory. And then if that wasn't enough, Jelly Roll channeling one of his other all-time favorite heroes, alongside Awesome Truth, with a 15-knuckle shuffle.
That's a lot of knuckles.
And I did see it pop up on the screen. Congratulations on your first day of training, Emmanuel. I'm glad everything went good for you, bruv.
All right. And again, Emmanuel, want nothing but the better for you and hear everybody here in the Multiverse of Media. And I hope everyone's having a good time with our call tonight. Again, if you are enjoying what you're hearing, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, don't even dictate. Casting Studios, Greg Cherry Brand, Jump Me Generic, Super Chat, as simple as that. It's your super chats, your passion, your continued support, your engagement that makes this all possible. Every week to the point, we're not just covering pay-per-views and PLEs anymore. We're covering fucking TV.
Poor Miz cannot get on beat for anything. He's been partnering with R2 for close to a year and still can't do it.
I mean,
he's too white. I'm just going to say it like it is, and I can say that as a white man, but I got some rhythm. I've got so much rhythm. One of my friends told his daddy I was half black, half Puerto Rican.
I already said I'm a melting pot, so I'll just leave it at that. Both Reigns are underway here. R-Truth campaigns off here against Grayson Waller or Austin Fury. I'm more confused now than ever was before. And look at this, though. Double team effort here by R-Truth, taking A-Town Down Under over. with the head scissors.
Nice deep
big
arm drag there by Truth.
Good takedown there, and there's the tag made to the Miz.
It's good
Can
to
we
see
just
that
acknowledge-
Truth hasn't really lost a step at his age, man. At like 50, 51 years old.
JJ, I was
still
just gonna
got
say,
it.
can we just acknowledge that Truth is 50 years old?
For real.
Yeah, crazy.
I
when you
mean,
think
Billy
about
Gunn is 60, but
Damn,
Billy has always been a specimen and always been a great wrestler. Truth,
Mm-hmm.
for most of his career, has been a comedy act.
And it's a comedy
You
right
got-
now. We're getting this tag team match to go to non-wrestling quality picture-in-picture. Fuck television.
I'm not saying that Truth can't wrestle because Ron Killings has proven that during his early NWA TNA run. But for most of his career, he's been a comedy act. So to see that he can still get in there, hit those steamboat-esque arm drags, hit those double team maneuvers and stuff, good on Truth. Good on Ron.
Yeah, again, he's done what he needs to for his longevity in this business, and it's paid dividends for him, even if he's never been in WWE world champion. Of course, he is a former NWA world champion, if y'all actually remember that.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
just alluded to it.
two-time world champion.
Exactly.
Ironically enough, guys, being a comedy act and not having to wrestle every single time might be what allows him to prolong his career this long. So
That's fair.
we can
I
talk
mean-
crap about it, but ironically, that's might be what preserved his body.
And
Especially
now
if
we
he's
are
up
in
here a bit.
restaurant quality picture-in-picture.
Well, still, fuck television. And right now, our troop, again, the guy in control of the match here. Whoa!
Monkey
Sending
flip,
Grayson Waller.
sending Waller up and over there.
Yeah, nice monkey flip there. And it might be looking to do it one more time. And again, maybe taking too much time. Once again, with Grayson Waller in the corner saying, "What's up?" And Grayson Waller goes up and over again with the monkey flip. You got to consider, though, that Austin Truth, despite all the fun and the tomfoolery they're having, they had to be considering at some point going back after Judgment Day and those WWE RAW Tag Team Championships.
You would think tag to Austin Theory,
Oh!
by the way, blind tag.
Yeah, and again, that roll through drop kick. Of course, you endorsed this man so much when he was United States champion, considering LA Knight, once again, is now the new United States champion. And we've seen these tensions as of late, particularly with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. You wonder if Austin Theory may want to go back after that title.
Quite fair, quite fair. Yeah, to your point, I've supported Austin Theory since I first saw the kid. There is just something about him to me. And I know that there's some people that don't see it, but in the next 5 years, I think Austin Theory is going to have been WWE or World Heavyweight Champion.
And Grayson Waller, of course, formerly involved in NXT, came very close to becoming NXT champion multiple times
occasions.
over.
Yeah.
Oof. Nice snap suplex there. Shoot the half of the cover. Kick out too.
We'll see if Theory has it in him to be a face. If that's what this breakup is going to lead to.
Well, I mean, it definitely would be a unique turn of the page, as again, we're turning so much around in this era, the Paul Triple era, as we're looking at further cross-brand fallout here, more than WrestleMania at this point, with what happened at SummerSlam. I mean, we saw the arrival of Odyssey Jones, first time we've seen him since he got drafted back in April. We've had the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions now on Monday Night Raw. Not to mention Randy Orton of SmackDown confronting Gunther in the beginning, and we have our WWE World Heavyweight Championship match made now at Bash to Berlin.
And even though he isn't appearing this week on Raw, gentlemen, you've got to figure if Roman Reigns is going to start putting together the OG bloodline for potential war games, both Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are Raw superstars. He is going to have to make an appearance here at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right now, we're back here on Monday Night Raw. Attempted double drop kick here by A-Town Down Under. R-Truth able to scout it. Sidestepped Austin Fury. Again, folks, Walter Cruz,
Like
JJ Williams.
Botch sidestep Waller. Big boot to Theory.
Well, again, these two, they pretty much are one and the same. One just got a bigger ego than the other, and one is a former United States champion. There's a reason why they became together a tag team.
One's got a full-on goatee. The other one's clean-shaven, bro.
I saw the back of their head, JJ. The back of the head does not look that much different.
That's fair.
That's fair. That is fair.
When you see only the back of the head of somebody, a lot of people's back of the heads pretty much look pretty similar. Both men
Miz
sent down
getting
face
fired
first by
up,
the
guys.
Miz. Well, I mean, again, he's coming off hosting a freaking PLE in a stadium in his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio.
But was he really hosting? We saw him for 2 segments.
And
Right.
Miz will take publicity anytime he can get it. And Miz right
At
now
least
off
he
the
was
rope.
at least he was in a stadium with 57,000 plus, and enjoy that because the Browns will never fill up that stadium that much.
Damn!
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
You realize Josh
Walter.
Mansfield might be in the chat right now, right?
Okay, first of all, Mansfield is in the chat. He's been commenting along. Second of all, I wouldn't go that far because I'm sure that the capacity, crowd, and possibly even the record
Recover.
that was set were for Browns games when the field first opened.
DDT by the Miz. Austin Theory covered now by the Miz. Gets a 2 count.
I'm actually surprised they didn't do a bigger number. Me and Noah were talking on Simply Predicting about how the record was like 73,000 and how WWE probably could have easily put 75 or 80,000 in there, but they only did 57, which is less than capacity. So,
Yeah, I think it also has to do with the timing also as well, considering where we're at in the year. And I'm not saying...
And as hot as it's been in your neck of the woods.
It was so damn humid. I am so effing over this humidity.
Truth here with the blind tag.
Tag made though, cross body. Look at the leg.
Between SummerSlam and the Guardians game, there were over 95,000 people in that one section of Cleveland.
Oh, Truth though. Oh no! And he got an AA though to Grayson Waller. Inadvertently took out his own tag team partner. Fury though
Austin
is
Theory
legal.
ready. Is he gonna get it?
Under.
A-Town down.
Look at the leg. A-Town Down Under just beat the former Raw Tag Team Champions.
I can't lie, gentlemen. I wasn't expecting that. I thought Awesome Truth were going to win this one.
That A-Town Down Under, though, to JJ's point, putting our Truth down for the 3 count after Truth not only took the match for himself with a blind tag, inadvertently took out his tag team partner with a nod out to his all-time favorite hero, John Cena.
We might be. We were talking about the A-Town Down Under breakup. We might be talking about the wrong team breaking up, gentlemen.
It wouldn't be the first time. I'm just saying.
As we go to a Priest promo now.
Yeah, I was going to say, go to the former El Campeon. This has been a long time coming. He never wanted JD in the Judgment Day.
But there was one guy that always wanted him in it. Talk about the skull this big, a brain this size.
Damn, Priest.
Priest has given better promos tonight than he has his entire title run.
Well, when you feel that vengeance, I mean, that gives you a lot of material.
No, I'm going to put you on the spot because I've already asked JJ this question. Do you think that he'll be a more than one-time champ? Can he regain this title at some point in his career, or will he just be a one-off? Because a lot of people doubt him, and I really feel like the company's really, really behind him. And I think he'll have this title again. I don't know how soon, but I don't think he's a one-time champ.
Someone tells me Damian Priest showed the world a lot, especially at SummerSlam, where he walked in as champion. He didn't walk out with the title, but he still walked out and performed as a champion. For me, Damian Priest is a success story and definitely somebody that can get the top prize again down the line. But for right now, Judgment Day has arrived.
Yeah, I was going to say, here comes JD McDonough along with Carlito to take on Damian Priest here.
Am I the only one that
half of the tag team champions, belt in hand, Carlito with his trademark Granny Smith apple.
Am I the only one that thinks that Carlito's just like, the extra guy of the group at this point? It's like, we got all these people, and there's Carlito. Anyway, Damian Priest versus JD McDonough. One-on-one here. JD McDonough sent by the marching orders of Finn Balor to take out the former El Campeon.
No, when you see them all in Carlito there, it's like one of these things just don't belong here.
I'm just saying. But maybe he'll prove me wrong this match.
You know what I'm a little afraid of, guys? Now that he's no longer Judgment Day, that means Priest has got to get a new song. Please don't be some generic. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
No,
he might
because
be
he's
debuting a
had
new
his
song.
own. He's had his own song for a minute. It still
That's
was
true.
like Judgment Day-esque, but it was him singing the lyrics.
That's true.
Maybe they'll just change the Titantron if nothing else. Because to your point, he's no longer Judgment Day, but he damn sure still is that Archer of infamy, fueled more than ever before to shoot that arrow through the entire heart of his former running mates. And JD McDonough might be the first target struck tonight. As we got another full commercial break here. Fuck television. Ay. Oh, man. Well, again, though, you talked about before what really develops a character, what develops a professional wrestler. You were talking about that maybe being one of Damian Priest's best promos. When you're fueled by rage and revenge, it takes your mind to a whole different direction, all right? Again, he was for the group, but the group at some point felt like he was part of them. The title was part of theirs. At the end of the day, Damian Priest was a guy, and I don't blame him. He was out there for himself, and arguably, the jury's still out there. He didn't need Judgment Day. Judgment Day needed him. And instead, Finn Balor wants to prove him wrong, saying that we never needed you because you went above the Judgment Day. Judgment Day was never about leaders. I think Finn Balor's been more of a leader this last year behind the scenes, especially with Liv Morgan adding fuel to the fire lately, than Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were probably aware of.
Yeah, but we saw CM Punk make the same mistake, letting fuel. You just said anger, rage, and revenge fuel fire. But look what it did to Punk. It took his eye off the ball and he lost. So will the same thing happen to Priest? You got to be able to control that anger in the middle of a match. Otherwise, you lose. You can't. But I don't even think it's about winning and losing with Priest at this point.
Exactly.
No, it's about vengeance.
And we heard what Finn Balor said, by the way, JJ. Let's talk about the warning. He said, I'm going to get you when you feel most safe and when you least expect it. Finn Balor is not done with Damian Priest by a long shot. And we know when the Prince hits, he usually doesn't miss.
That's fair, yeah. I'm curious to see when Finn is going to take his opportunity.
But I also am curious to also go back to you, JJ, for this. We still have not seen nor heard nor know anything right now about mommy Rhea Ripley. What is she thinking right now looking at all this, considering Dom betrayed her and Judgment Day ousted arguably her closest friend and support, Damian Priest?
I'm definitely curious to see what is on her mind, and you got to figure she'll be here in the final hour to say something.
Say something or do something.
Something.
All I know,
that's
trust me, you're fine. I was trying to save that. You know what? I'm the gimmick creator, so whatever you want to use it, it's fine. Shoot, I don't trademark anything. I'm simple. But to that point, JJ, again, we so far have heard from Finn Balor. We haven't heard from Liv Morgan or Dom. They just basically kissed. And Carlito's here. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know where all the pieces fall as of yet. And you were talking about Jey Uso earlier, not to mention Sami Zayn, who, of course, is no longer the Intercontinental Champion. We have a brand new Intercontinental Champion who also has yet to show up here. So there's still a lot of unknown to this fallout here on Monday Night Raw, as we are about to enter the last hour here in about 4 minutes. And before we get back to the show, I just want to say real quick, thank you again to those that have been tuning in all night, if not just now. Did you know, by the way, that apparently WWE had over 580 million social media views during SummerSlam, making it the most social SummerSlam ever? Again, the power of the internet, the power of the WWE Universe. Congratulations to everybody that was part of that statistic. Statboy approved. We go back to the beginning of Monday Night Raw, JJ, and we are going to revisit a classic, a sequel. Randy Orton comparing this to a modern day Rick of the Dragon Steamboat and Ric Flair. Gooper saying, though, I am never taking off guard. And Randy Orton saying, I don't have to take you off guard. I just have to hit you, not out of nowhere, just from anywhere. And he wants Gunther to see it coming. Can the legend kill a rising legend at Bash of the Berlin? As it's made official, folks, Gunther defends the World Heavyweight Championship against the Viper Randy Orton from Berlin, Germany. And that'll be Saturday, August 31st from the Uber Arena. And of course, becoming here at the Multiverse of Media. Special start time, of course, we're halfway across the world.
That's a cool looking graphic.
I was just going to say that.
And breaking through the walls. And meanwhile, we go backstage for the guy that's been breaking for everybody, the new Intercontinental Champion, or excuse me, Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. I like that little modification to the title. Braun Breaker was very humble, by the way, in victory.
That title looks good on him, gentlemen.
I agree. Let's hear what the dog has to say. Okay, let's talk about how long. Less than 3 years. He's debuted on WWE television. Again, straight out of NXT.
Yeah. Less than 3 years since he's debuted on television, gentlemen. He's a two-time NXT champion, former NXT Tag Team champion, and now your current reigning and defending Intercontinental Champion.
Braun Breaker saying that he is the hunter and the entire WWE locker room is the hunted. He is not the target. And anyone that tries to take that away from him, he feels sorry.
A rookie year like he had a few years ago could be compared to people like Brock Lesnar.
For real.
I mean, honestly, it's hard to argue if this guy truly is not already or will be the next big thing now that he holds the Workhorse Championship.
Mm-hmm.
See that side plate? Oh boy.
Damn.
Good luck taking away his name off that title. Now let's bolt it in.
Interesting.
I believe him.
Thank you, Kathy Kelly, for that. Locker room has been put on notice.
When we come back to the ring, Carlito and JD McDonough awaiting the arrival of El Campeon, Damian Priest. Gentlemen, it is the beginning of the third hour. I bid you adieu. I shall try to pop in for the farewell portion of the stream. Walter, Noah, enjoy.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, as we get ready here for the last hour of Monday Night Raw, here comes the former El Campeon, Damian Priest, who, of course, fell to Gunther at SummerSlam thanks to the betrayal of Finn Balor.
Listen to the reaction he's getting from the crowd.
Is somebody's TV going on in the background, or am I just hearing things?
All right.
I don't know. Something's going on in the background. I'm hearing things, I guess.
I don't know. I'm hearing somebody's feed, but it's definitely not mine.
It's definitely not mine, because it sounds like that feed's behind or that feed's repeating. What's going on?
Yeah, see, I just went on mute and you can still hear it. It's not me.
Yeah, weird.
It
anyway,
may be JJ.
Well, I mean, if he's off screen, I don't know. Now I don't hear it. That was weird. Technical difficulty. Maybe the Wide Six is invading us as we speak as well. Of course, they'll be in the main event. Well, again, Walter, we talked about El Campeon, Damian Priest, and the betrayal that he felt. Yeah, hi, Jeff.
It was me sharing the GIF of the championship graphic for Berlin. That was my bad.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Okay.
I just don't want
I
to
fixed it. Okay, no problem.
Okay, very good.
He did what they tell you not to do in Ghostbusters. He crossed the streams.
Oh, yeah, I recognize that. I was once a wee lad. I watched the first Ghostbusters. I didn't think a sequel was needed. Anyway. Well, ever since Priest cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase, Finn Balor believes that Damian Priest became too big for the Judgment Day, felt that he was above it and had to lead it.
Maybe he became big-headed, but just not as big-headed as JD.
Right now, we'll see if JD's big head can survive the Archer of Infamy's vengeance here, where I imagine Damian Priest, the only thing he sees here is Finn Balor.
JD trying to take those chops to Damian Priest, and remember, he's coming off, 48 hours.
Oh!
Being in a chop fest with the new World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther.
So funny, applying big boots to the face of JD McDonough, and Damian Priest showing no signs of wear and tear after his war against Gunther here. Teeing off against JD McDonough in the corner, driving the boot hard. Again, we talked about earlier, all he's got to be seeing right now is Finn Balor. Finn Balor saying he will strike when Damian Priest least expects it and when he feels most safe.
Well, then maybe Priest will expect it at all times.
Oh, man, that was a flapjack with a 40. JD dropped face first with a hard Irish whip in the corner. Take a look at the elevation here, Walter.
Yeah, we take another look. He planted him on that flapjack.
If nothing else, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, oh, God, I don't need to say anything. He just jacked his jaw.
I was going to say, as a flapjack, he put the amount of effort into it that you do normally a spine buster with.
And JD scouting it, though. Up kick there. Oh, God, I got clapped again by Damian Priest.
No, I felt that. Did you feel that?
I felt that JD might need to see a dentist after this, if I'm being honest with you. Damian Priest right now, again, fighting for his new, much larger extended family, the WWE Universe, that has been in his corner since El Capitan rolls here. JD right now taking advantage, teeing up against Damian Priest here.
JD stomping him down, stomping a mud hole on him.
Again, Gunther literally turned Damian Priest inside out with those kicks and chops to your point, and incapacitate him in a sleeper hold. Not to mention wore him down with those power bombs. JD with the drop kick in the corner, and now back in control.
You got to keep your eye on that sneaky son of a bitch Carlito there. You could see when he was in the corner, but the referee caught him. But he looked like he was trying to make his way over to that corner.
Well, again, Damian Priest was always uncertain about Carlito even being part of the Judgment Day, let alone associated with them. Oof, chopped to the back of the head by JD McDonough.
Priest literally didn't want either one of these people in the Judgment Day, and now they're teaming up against him.
Big elbows forearm here, though, by JD, teeing off against Damian Priest. Damian Priest trying to back up his feet and does so. Another big elbow smash there. And I'm not sure if you want to infuriate the former El Campeon. God, man.
Forearm shot.
JD still fighting back, though. Not sure if he's going to be able to fight back after that kick.
He got him with a front martial arts kick that knocked JD literally through the ropes. And I think we're going to go another commercial break after this.
Right now, Damian Priest staring a hole through Carlito here. Carlito checking on JD.
Carlito literally moved right out of the way. He knew what was coming.
I'm about to say, I don't think anyone wants to be in front of Damian Priest right now unless you're part of his friend or you're his family. Damian Priest, though, taking his eyes off JD. Carlito rolling away.
That's exactly what happened on Saturday. He took his eyes off the ball, focused on Finn, and it cost him the championship.
The referee's count up to 2. JD, though, up on Damian Priest's shoulders. He's still chasing Carlito. McDonough's carcass on his shoulder, but oh no! Priest driven face first into the ring post.
So my point, being distracted. See that?
Taking advantage of the Toby Suicida, driving Damian Priest into the announce table.
Suicide dive. And you don't want to get, a suicide dive done to you with someone with the head size of JD.
That being said, that forward impact to Priest's chest, trying to regain oxygen in his lungs. Can Priest get back into this? Stay tuned. Fuck television. Full commercial break. Now, again, I will say this. As much as we talk about JD McDonough's big head, you make a very valid point because, again, the head is the object that more so collides with you off the Tope Suicida versus the shoulder, and all that force driven into Damian Priest's back drove him hard into the announce table, chest first.
You want to talk about irony? You know what Judgment Day did? Liv Morgan just completed her revenge tour, but ironically, they started a Damian Priest revenge tour now.
Not to mention a Rhea Ripley revenge tour. And again, Mommy's nowhere to be found. According to the founder here, Rhea apparently captured W social media posts saying that both Liv and Dom are so fucked. And I don't think she means the way people might be thinking that they are going to try and do that.
Did you just get I got a side-by-side now, picture-in-picture.
Yeah, I do here. But again, I still say fuck television. I will always say that for life, no matter what company is on my screen. And Carlito taking a cheap shot. That's not cool. Behind the referee's back, it's JD offered that opportunity.
With a strong left hand. That is his strong hand, too. Carlito is left-handed.
Yeah, former Intercontinental champion.
Jack DP.
And JD firmly back in control here, teeing up against El Campeon, of course. JD, former challenger for the NXT and NXT UK championships, and the former WWE Cruiserweight champion. And JD also the student of Finn Balor, the only person that wanted him in the Judgment Day. Now, JD right now, Damian Priest still fighting back from underneath, though. Just teeing off with these body shots, creating distance with JD. But JD, able to scout that last one, though. Takes Priest down hard by his braids.
Pulls him by his hair. Referee warned him about pulling by the hair there, so the referee did catch it. But showing some leeway for JD.
A bit of admonishment there, courtesy of the official here. JD looking to pop again. Drops the leg across Damian Priest's throat, recover my chest. Cover, hook the far leg, gets a 1 count.
Didn't even get a 2 count, Noah.
We talked about earlier how much Damian Priest is fueled on vengeance, but also, though the tape, Damian Priest is the stronger of the two, and arguably has better conditioning than JD McDonough, considering what wars he's been put through, as he was El Campeon, since cashing in back at WrestleMania.
The ref checking on if Priest wants to give it up, but he's pushing the referee away from him, saying no.
Well, JD trying to wear Priest down right now with a sleeper hold. Again, Priest trying to get back to his feet. JD, though, changing strategy. Knees to the point of the spine. Flop off the ropes. And another big knee strike to the front. Taking Priest down. And once again, going back to the submission.
JD's no Gunther, but this is what caused Damian Priest to pass out and lose his title. It was a sleeper hill with a grapevine.
Well, but it also followed after an attempted sleeper that Damian Priest was able to fight through and nearly get a pinfall counter victory to. Not to mention the second sleeper hold wasn't applied until he was powerbombed again by Gooper, already incapacitating Damian Priest before he had him down on the mat. And Damian Priest right now getting back up to his feet with JD McDonough on his back, refusing to go down. All rise for El Campeon. And JD McDonough right now.
He literally rose from the sleeper to the feet.
Bringing the ears of JD McDonough there. Now hoisting him up.
South of heaven.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Whoa!
Got a diving headbutt.
That was a beautiful reversal of the South of Heaven by JD.
Priest in trouble. Moonsault connects. Up the top rope. Shoot the half. Hook the far leg kick out by Priest.
Oh, I hope they show the replay. That was a beautiful. No, they're showing the moonsault. But that was a hell of a reversal of the South of Heaven there, Noah.
Yeah, and a picture-perfect moonsault follow-up for the near fall.
Damn, I hate to give JD credit, but geez, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that to get out of the throat slam.
And again, trying to bring him for a devil inside. Damian Priest, though, brings him down hard with the flatliner.
Priest trying to feed off the fans now.
Yeah, his extended family that's been with him ever since he came forward in WWE, before Judgment Day. And JD again teeing up against Damian Priest. He slapped
literally
side the head. Him. And Priest fired up, though, teeing off here. That kicking back will come into play. Another rolling elbow strike. Rocks JD the ropes. Another elbow strike. Rocks JD coming in. McDonough may be out cold here.
He made a mistake. Slapping him might have woken him up there, Noah.
Again, we talked about kicking into that other gear here. And Priest jumping into the corner, flying in with the elbow strike to the side of the head and neck. Now hoisting him up. Good night. Broken arrow. Release Falcon Arrow. Front halfway across the ring as JD rolls to the outside. And what Damian Priest thinking here now? I don't even know how JD is on his feet, by the way. And Priest, oh my God!
He ain't on his feet anymore, Noah.
And out of that friggin' shoulder tackle, up and over goes JD across the announce table.
As Priest putting JD back into the ring, I think we might get South of Heaven now.
Yeah, I think someone else might be left after a friggin' car wreck of a mistake. Might need to bring the ambulance back here.
Remember, guys, Balor's in the building, Noah. So he said least suspected this match. We haven't seen him interfere in this match, but Balor's somewhere in the building.
Yeah, and again, right now, Damian Priest might be finally changing him and done himself of heaven after wiping out. Oh, wait a minute, to your point, Finn Balor! Finn Balor told Priest, I am going to get you when you feel the most safe.
I said his name and he appeared there, Noah.
And also look who's out here. Uh-oh. Priest tearing a hole for Finn Balor's heart if he has one, while all of Judgment Day's out there. The numbers game here. Damian Priest being held down by JD and Dominic Mysterio. It's a mauling here against the former El Campeon, and Liv Morgan taking it all in from ringside.
Does Priest have a friend here that can help him though?
Right now, every Carlito holding him up though, and Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio and JD teeing up. And Damian Priest flying back though. Up and over goes JD. Dominic Mysterio sent to the outside. Damian Priest looking to Carlito, and Finn Balor and Priest are isolated in the ring.
Did you see the way JD landed? I didn't like the way his knee spun.
And Finn Balor trying to run for his life right now, has nowhere to go except maybe south of heaven, straight to hell, up in the Razor's Edge position, and then Morgan saving Finn Balor.
Damian Priest trying to be a gentleman and not
shot
put his hands on Liv.
And a mauling now by Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
We have Rhea.
Mommy's here. And she
and Dom's
is
still
ready
stomping.
to fuck Dom up. And Dominic and Liv Morgan making a beeline out of this stadium. And Rhea Ripley has Liv Morgan in her clutches. Face first in the ring post.
And Dom left Liv hanging.
Would you want to be in front of Mommy when she's angry?
I would,
but turn apart the announce table.
Liv might want to think twice about being on Dom's side when he left her hanging in the clutches of Rhea.
Liv Morgan has this long overdue for her, if I'm being perfectly honest, after what happened on Saturday.
Dom might save her here. Dom, yeah, I knew it.
And Dominic Mysterio, the coward, saving Liv Morgan from Mommy's wrath for now, while JD is still teeing up against Damian Priest inside the ring.
JD left all alone. All of Judgment Day's out of there.
But Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest are there with JD. Oh, the headbutt!
Headbutt into the south of heaven.
Take him to hell, south of heaven!
And Carlito's just standing there on the outside.
Well, you got a vengeful Rhea Ripley and an absolutely furious Damian Priest on the inside of the ring. I wouldn't want to get near these two on their backside.
Well, at least Rhea, for the time being, and Priest are on the same page.
Oh, this is far from over. This is just freaking beginning here. Both these individuals betrayed by people they held as their family will not stop until they get their revenge.
We might see a branch off of the Judgment Day as Priest and Rhea are hugging.
Wow. That was a hell of a statement there by Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio.
Dom is a dirty little hamster.
It's wild out here.
Whew. That's a funny-ass sign back there.
Well, again, we talked about action, emotions running wild here all night, but it wasn't wilder than the moment we acknowledged Saturday night with the return of Roman Reigns.
As we're going to the highlights now, showing Solo got a little too full of himself, huh, Noah?
Well, I mean, ever since WrestleMania, where he said losing has consequences, the previous tribal chief was weak. I will bring this back home to the family, and anybody that did not acknowledge him by demand was taken out. Anyone that tried to oppose him was taken out. Kevin Owens, Paul Heyman, Randy Orton, and of course, the very first victim, Jimmy Uso. As Cody fought valiantly against Solo Sikoa, Solo was able to scout most of Cody's offense. It was a great, insane back-and-forth contest, but it was bloodline rules, meaning anything goes. And we saw the bloodline in full try to help Solo Sikoa to victory, starting with the Tongas.
Think about this, Noah. Think about the reaction that Roman gave Jay when Jay said, I don't give a damn about the tribal team. And I was just saying that. So imagine what was Solo thinking to go this far?
When you literally call Roman Reigns weak after he held that title and brought the bloodline to the promised land, the island of relevancy, for over 1,300 days, you knew a receipt was coming. It was just a matter of where and when. And Saturday night, was when the entire world acknowledged him.
The
So
original
Irvin,
tribal
of course,
chief.
on her feet, me included, 57,000 plus, paying their respect to the original tribal chief. And that place, if it had a roof, would have needed to be inspected for damage as he rolled in with a Superman punch with 3 months plus of malice behind it, and followed up with his own judgment call in the name of respect with an emphatic spear, allowing Cody Rhodes the moment to retain his
And the subtle
WWE
nod there, Noah.
Exactly, because it wasn't about Cody. It was about who truly is the original tribal chief.
Roman Reigns' new focus is not a title. It's literally the bloodline.
And Roman Reigns is back, and he will return after that fallout from SummerSlam, folks. Friday night on SmackDown. The original tribal chief addresses the WWE Universe on SmackDown this Friday on Fox, and we'll be covering here at the Multiverse of Media. And meanwhile, though, Dakota Kai gets ready for one-on-one action. Oh, wait a minute!
We're being attacked by this new group.
I kind of saw this coming after that little post-match assault earlier. And
So
is
Damage Control de facto faces?
Maybe. Oh my God! And Shayna
going back.
The ankle and the surgery repaired knee of Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai may not even have fully recovered in her knee, and Shayna knows. Being a martial arts and submission specialist, she knows how to target limbs.
Yeah, about to say, Io Sky right now, and Kairi Sane checking on Dakota Kai. We might not even have a match here, but we know we'll have matches tomorrow where we once again celebrate the red, white, and blue under the white and gold for week 2. NXT brings forth the Great American Bash. We'll see if Trick Williams figures it out against Pete Dunne. We'll see which Joe is on top, Joe Coffey or Joe Hendry, and so much more. NXT Great American Bash tomorrow night, folks, presented by Multiverse of Media, Tuesday, August 6th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, and that is also on Sci-Fi. As again, this non-stop week of all the content, yes, I did say his name, so yeah, all the content, all the wrestling continues to move forward as we continue going near the end of Monday Night Raw ahead of the Wyatt 6 debut against Chad Gable of the Creepers, and apparently Evan Nile is also part of the new Alpha Academy too.
Well, since WWE is on full commercial, maybe Jeff, if you're there, you want to go to the commercial showing everybody everything we got upcoming this week, because WWE television, they won't stop at the commercials.
I don't have a commercial for the week in particular, but I did want to bring something up while I had an opportunity here. So our buddy Chris Van Vliet over on his social channels puts these posts every once in a while. I want to see if you two guys can get it since we're sitting here on a commercial break. Can you guess the wrestler?
Let's see. So a Universal Champion, a World Heavyweight Champion, a WWE Champion. Jeez, somebody held every belt.
That's a 3-time Universal.
It's a matter of the progression and the order of the progression. Exactly. So he goes from 3 WWE championships during the Undisputed Eagle era, and then all the way to holding both the 2013 scratch and the big gold, to 3 Universals to 3 WWE championship runs.
Big gold and the WWE.
So grand total of 4, 7, 10 world championship reigns within WWE.
It's weird though that I look at the WWE old school championship and the World Heavyweight held at the same time. Yes, JJ?
I have a guess.
What is your guess, sir?
Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
That is the correct answer. Yes, sir.
I mean,
because what you have to notice is there are no mid-card titles here.
You literally took the words out of my mouth.
Very few people have only held world champions, 0 mid-carders. Even Hulk Hogan has a tag title run under his belt with Edge.
Yes.
Again, I brought Lesnar as the guy that literally was defined by nothing but world championships. Crazy to think about.
So, in going with Walter's suggestion, yes, we'll go through and do a Excalibur style run here real quick.
And why not? He does the graphic, and here I go. Again, folks, JMN Multiverse of Media had you covered with content all this week. Of course, you can stay tuned for the Stat Boy Sports Bar with Dory Lou and Stat Boy Mikey, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. As we move from there and go into Tuesday night live watch event coverage, we'll be covering NXT Great American Bash Week 2. It's Tuesday, August 6th, 7:30 p.m. Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, as we conclude the red, white, and blue on the white and gold. Then you move forward to Wednesday with the Greg Cherry Show. Wednesdays, as always, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. A gaggle of fools along Greg Cherry and Jeff Meacham. AEW Dynamite Watch Along coverage is back this week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific, where we have matches included not limited to the American Dragon Bryan Danielson going one-on-one against Double J, Jeff Jarrett, the last outlaw, in no disqualification. The Dazzlers on Wrestling will bring forward their musical taste in the top 10 songs done by the Monkees. And that'll be Thursday, August 8th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific. And of course, we continue our live watch event coverage here with TNA Impact. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, as we do the commercial-free stream, courtesy of TNA Wrestling. Be an Ultimate Insider. Join along with us for total nonstop action. The newest part of the Multiverse of Media comes forward with episode 2, where you get to ask Meech anything. And that could be anything regarding wrestling, food taste, Disney, Hulk Hogan fandom, Millennium Countdown, you name it. So much more. It all comes down towards what you ask and what he's willing to share. Ask Meech anything. And we'll move from there into Friday Night SmackDown as part of the live watch show event scheduled this week. That'll be Friday, 7:30 p.m. Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, where we will acknowledge the return of the original Tribal Chief and see what is next for Cody and the Bloodline going. And of course, your weekly Saturday Night Shenanigans will move forward with Saturday Night's Open Mic Night, presented across the entire Multiverse of Media, hosted by the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. And prior to that, of course, will be our coverage of AEW Collision, where the only thing known is a Texas Bull Rope match against Fonda Rosa and the Virtuosa Diana Purrazzo. And that is everything coming up for you this week here in the Jeffrey Generic Multiverse of Media.
And then we sleep on Sunday.
And now we return to Monday Night Raw, where Sonya Deville prepares for maybe one-on-one action, maybe not.
Mm-hmm. This group is going to need a name eventually.
Do they really? Considering how unknown and how disrespected booking-wise, hold that thought. Well, I guess Sonya Deville Fudge is going to have an easy night out, but it looks like Kairi Sane and Io Sky are not ready to let go of what just happened to Dakota Kai. If Dakota Kai's not going to make it out here, might as well have a substitute.
Right.
Looks like Io Sky's going to take her place.
But they're still outnumbered, Noah.
Yeah, well, Io Sky's crazy. I mean, this woman legitimately could have broken her back after driving Zoe Stark through a ladder via an avalanche Michinoku driver. The fact that Zoe Stark and Io Sky are walking upright still surprised me to this day. But we got an impromptu match. Here we go. Io Sky looking to get revenge for Dakota Kai here, going one-on-one against Sonya Deville. Want to give a happy birthday shout out to my friend ATW, Casey Flynn, the ultimate fan of Dakota Kai. Sorry, Casey, but revenge will be served, I'm sure, at some point. And Sonya Deville, of course, coming back from injury, forming this trio here with Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Figuring that these three need to take over and remind everybody who the baddest bitches are that run the Monday Night Raw Women's division. Why Io Sky said Dakota Kai needs to change along with the rest of Damage Control. And both women looking to prove the changes made tonight. Nice takeover to Harris by Io Sky to Sonya Deville, taking her to the outside.
Nice head scissors takedown.
Io Sky might be looking to fly here. Zoe Stark playing distraction.
She ran into the wrong corner.
And Zoe right now. Oh, and Shannon just got decked by Io with an elbow. Now Sonya looking for a cheap shot, though. And driving Io into the steel ring steps. And then to your point, once in the numbers game, playing in favor of Sonya Deville. Can Damage Control take control here? Stay tuned. Fuck television. Full commercial break.
And they took Io's knee out there on the side of the steps.
Well,
so will that come into play during this match?
Well, you look at it this way. You take out Io's knee, you take out her chance to really push forward off the top rope with the over-the-top moonsault. Again,
you take away her ability to even climb the ropes at some point.
Right? And, of course, we talked about before how Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler have been running roughshod through the Raw Women's division. They did it last week against Lyra Valkyria, Kane and Carter Katana Chance. Of course, those three saved Shayna Baszler from a pinfall loss look like after Nightwing was hit by Lara Valkyria. And to your point earlier, you wonder if Lara will come back for revenge after that post-match assault. As again, folks, we have a full commercial break here because, again, fuck television. And also, Sci-Fi is even worse than USA. I don't think we're even 5 minutes in that women's match. We got to bring in full commercial break. That just tells me what they're really thinking about the 60s.
I'm not sure if I can share damage control. If they're, de facto faces, then it'd be like, what was the point of turning on Bailey? Like, how did they go into faces this fast?
Reasons?
Right, yeah. Just a funny thing you're mentioning Roman's return throughout the night.
Yeah.
Little factoid on the wise man's social media.
Uh-oh.
On this day, 35 years ago on WCW, well, it would have been NWA still, Saturday night at that point, Paulie Dangerously, during a segment of the Danger Zone, calls himself the wise man. What if that moniker will stick?
Huh.
Just saying.
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, maybe it'll work out for him again in another lifetime down the line.
Who knows? And then you talk about Roman Reigns. Will he be alone this Friday?
I was gonna say, just because he's coming back doesn't mean he's gonna be by himself.
But considering the first victim was literally one of the closest members to the original bloodline in Jimmy Uso, I would not be surprised to see somebody come to the side, not the aid, because this is what we're talking about, the side of the original tribal chief.
We can definitely talk more about it as the week goes on, but I tend to lean on the side of caution and slow burn. Don't bring anybody else out there on Friday, not even Paul.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to start with Roman Reigns coming out first, and of course he's going to take it in, then ask us to acknowledge him, and then Solo's going to come out. What if Solo dares try to come out before Roman Reigns even gets to pop that question, and then shit hits the fan.
And remember, Solo's down a man with Jacob Fatu's injury.
If nothing else, Solo still has Roman's Ulafala.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
That must be reclaimed.
For those that don't know, by the way, those are the ceremonial sacrilegious beads of the Anali family bestowed upon Roman Reigns by, rest in power, literally Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
Yes.
Just so everyone is aware, again, trying to bring y'all up to date with the history and the connectivity. And we know, I think Cody Rhodes also probably has a piece of that still, as we are back here on Monday Night Raw. Walter Cruz and Noah Foster on the call for the last hour here. Io Sky going one-on-one with Sonya Deville after cover by Sonya. Gets a 2 count after Sonya, Shayna, and Zoe took out Dakota Kai and probably shattered her leg backstage ahead of this match. And Io right now brings against the ropes, and Sonya teeing off that kick background coming into play.
Sonya tried to impromptu give herself the night off.
Well, let's keep in mind, Sonya Deville also has former MMA background experience. And again, tonight's headlines, Randy Orton will face Gunther at Bash in Berlin for the World Heavyweight Championship. Bronson Reed destroyed Seth Rollins with 7 tsunamis, I believe. Seth Rollins literally bleeding internally. And Judgment Day, of course, attacked Damian Priest. But Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest destroyed Daniel McDonough, now starting their own revenge tour together. And Roman Reigns will return to SmackDown this Friday. Nice roll up there for a 2 count by Io Sky and Sonya Deville. Going out here tonight, capacity crown in hand. What a rising knee strike, turning Io up and over.
So far, it looks like Io's knee is not affecting her, but Sonya Deville has been on the attack since we've been back from commercial break.
In fact, my turn fans around right there for Io Sky as Sonya Deville's shoulder ran into the ring post.
Io Sky like she's trying to shake feeling back into that shoulder.
And to your point, Io Sky might be looking to shake feeling back in that leg. Dragon screw leg went down. That move has to suck.
That was beautifully executed by Io too.
And a shote by Io Sky. There you go. Io with a drop kick right now to the leg of Sonya Deville. There you go right now, looking to follow up here to your point. Elbow strike in the corner. Takes Sonya off her feet. Looking to see who runs the women's division here.
Io taken to the skies now.
Io fired up. The G's in the sky, going where she's most comfortable. Up and over. Wow, what a missile drop kick. The height cover by Io. 2 count.
A front drop kick off the top rope. Beautifully well executed. As we go to the replay.
Yeah, but to your point, she launched more vertically than forward.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Genius of the Sky right now. Showing her name, especially that incredible match against Utami Hayashishita at Marigold. Battle of Queen of Queens. Double underhook.
Butterfly hook.
So yeah, but to scout it though. Rising knee strike. Roxy down to
Nice
the knee.
knee.
So yeah, now driving her knee for Io Sky. That might be enough here. Hook of the leg. Kick out by Io.
Beautiful running in the shades of Daniel Bryan. Since we're watching WWE, I'll call him that.
And you know, that's fair. Again, we talk about Daniel Bryan and his background. So now Io Sky right now on the back foot. So DeVille though looking to take her down. Back kick though by Io. The rope through. Oh, and a double stomp by Io Sky.
Right to the mix session.
And Io right now might be down on knees in the corner of Sonya Deville, the running Meteora. Once again, hook of the near leg, but Zoe puts the far leg on the rope.
Surprised it. Usually after the running knee, she goes for the moonsault, but
Kyrie just nailed Zoe with the spinning back fist, the cutlass.
Oof.
So Deville looking to take advantage, looking for an advocate, maybe. Io Sky though scouting Sonya, taking her to the outside.
Those are out of the ring.
And what the hell? Kyrie right now, and Io.
I think they're gonna take all three women out in one move here, Noah.
Oh man! Insane elbow over the top rope moonsault in stereo. To your point, the entirety of the opposition wiped out.
She literally hit the insane elbow while Zoe was still standing up.
Io trying to bring Sonya back in the ring. It's truly one-on-one at this point.
You know what she's setting up here for, Noah.
Yep. Looking for the over the moonsault to the chest to put down Sonya Deville tonight on Monday Night Raw. That connects.
She hit all of it, Noah.
Io with the win. Damage control with damage dealt.
Io with a little minor revenge for what took place earlier.
Well, Io Sky said damage control needs to change, and clearly they did. Big win on behalf of Dakota Kai.
And Io's exhausted.
Straight up exhausted. We go backstage to Sami Zayn with Ilya Dragunov. A little bit of a pep talk, encouragement.
Are we going to hear from the former champion tonight?
Again, how does the champion bounce back? Well, I mean, if you're going to need a pep talk or a pick-me-up, Jey Uso is the guy that definitely helped with that.
So you're going to shake right back.
Yeet.
You're Sami Zayn. You know how to pick yourself up and go lucky. Come on, Uso. Eat. Sami Zayn saying it's a tough pill to swallow. Jay said you're gonna get this rematch. You're gonna get this rematch, and you're gonna get the IC title back and be the new Intercontinental Champion again. Yeet. Sami Zayn saying, "You know, I talked to Adam Pearce, and I got that rematch next week."
Oh! Yeet! Jey Uso talking about unfinished business of the Judgment Day, and Sami Zayn potentially being a double champion. The main event, Jey hyping up Sami Zayn for maybe more than one chance at gold.
They're gonna try to get a rematch of the tag. They're gonna try to go after the tag team titles.
Well,
we're getting a Seth Rollins update.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and talk about this?
He was taken to a local hospital. X-rays, endoscopy, internal bleeding.
And a CAT scan, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, as we switch gears now, we get ready for our main event here. 6-man tag team action with the in-ring debut of the Wyatt Six.
And they're getting a good 23 minutes for this main event.
Well, again, we got to look back at the cryptic messages sent including this one. Apparently, prep for the night. Wait a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Though, if you could talk people through what we're seeing here on the TV screen, because it'll be hard to describe.
Well, let's face it. Each member of the Wyatt Six felt lost, controlled, forgotten. And what did Uncle Howdy do? He brought them home. And this is another one of those individuals right here, as we're getting now the backstory of one Joe Gacy.
The only one that has yet to get his own video, and now he got it this week.
Now he's saying he's going to make them all pay. Uncle Howdy's saying that tonight is the reckoning. And Joe Gacy saying make them all pay for their sins. Something tells me he's not going to promote inclusivity tonight.
I don't know.
And again, Chad Gable, he has been prime target number one of the Wyatt Six for weeks. Saying he's got a new family by his side.
Let's see if they got a new name.
American Made.
American Made. Another Hulk Hogan theme song.
I mean, it's a hell of a name for these collegiate athletes, we're being honest here.
Mm-hmm.
These three are American made. New Titantron, new name, new attitude, new everything.
Chad Gable did. He told them earlier that they can keep the old name because he knew he was coming up with his own name.
He said he built something better. He's got a better, stronger family now. Chad Gable, of course, getting the You Suck chance. How fitting with the poetic United States flag and the You Sucks. Of course, Monday Night Raw will be next week from Austin, Texas at the Moody Center at the University of Texas. Tickets are still available right now on Ticketmaster.com if you want to be part of this WWE live experience of the Paul Tracy Beck era. And of course, Chad Gable, to your set, he put away the past. He tossed it to the side, looking to build a bright future. American made. The Creed brothers and Chad Gable go up against the Wyatt Six next on our main event.
No, what do you think of this new American made stable?
I kind of like it because, again, those that don't know the Creed brothers, Ohio represent, they are all-around collegiate athletes straight out of the new program. One's technically sound, the other one is a bruiser. And then you got Chad Gable, who has all the tools to be as pure as an athlete as Kurt Angle in this day and era of WWE in storytelling and in-ring capability, which is why I'm glad he resigned with Triple H particularly. So I think it's very fitting that American Made could be possibly the next great tag team led by Chad Gable. This audience may say that they suck, but I think they're going to be very, very worthwhile to watch compete in that ring. And I think very successful. And I'm curious if that means that maybe we'll finally get something more going for Ivy Nile now. Maybe she could finally go after the friggin' women's championship because, God forbid, they've done less with her than they have with Shayna Baszler as of late.
The fact that they have a new name, new theme, new look brings me kind of more to what JJ said back, that maybe Ivy interferes and this match gets thrown out. That way nobody looks bad in this, because it might not. You don't want American Made to lose their first match collectively being named that. And you don't want Wyatt Six to lose. So maybe the women get involved and it gets thrown out like JJ said.
Well, I mean, again, we know that Sister Abigail will be in the Wyatt Six corner, and I'm sure Uncle Howdy won't be too far away either. And Uncle Howdy's got to be the number one thing on Chad Gable's mind. But to your point earlier, is the Wyatt Six reckoning about victory versus punishment, pain, injury? We talked about it earlier. Sometimes it's not about the result, it's about the story. And I feel there's going to be definitely a unique story unfolding with the fact we got the Wyatt Six debuting the night in ring in six-man tag team action. And it's not even involving Uncle Howdy. It's Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, and freaking Eric Rowan, the rest of the Wyatt Six. So something tells me it's not going to be a clean result on either side. It's going to fall out. I think we're getting disqualification, but I think it's the post-match that's going to tell more of what's ahead for both sides here.
Yeah, I think it's more about the angle as opposed to the match here.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to get a shout out quick again as we get ready for our main event. Figure to those who've been watching across outlets, and figure for those that have been tuning in for the first live watch event of this week and all the content we're going to do in Multiverse of Media. Hope you enjoyed. Please also have comment, tell a friend. To Safety, DJ Mutt, to Big G, to Tommy Gunn, to Daniel the Day, to Matt Helms, to, of course, everybody out there. Matthew, Michael, Emmanuel, congratulations, by the way. Daryl Keefe, Ford Gaming, Josh Mansfield. I'm sure he's still stewing over the Cleveland Brown comment by JJ Williams. Again, we acknowledge all of you. Thank you. Appreciate you make this all possible. And again, that's a fair comment, Chris Harper. And thank you, by the way, for, again, everyone who tuned in. Please, again, to make this all happen, it's your passion support that makes this possible. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, don't need to dictate. Casting Studios, Greg Jerry Brand, Jeff Meacham Network, Super Chat. It is truly as simple as that. I also want to give a thank you to Jeff Meacham, JJ Williams, and you, Walter, that, of course, have been along for the ride in the commentary position. And also, shout out to y'all and Big G, who I know had a hell of a time calling SummerSlam, as I was there live, of course, at the biggest event of the summer. So, again, to everybody that makes this all possible, from staff, producers, to fellow members of the Multiverse of Media, to the friends of the multiverse, including the MVPs, the Dominguezes. Again, everybody, we thank you always for making this all possible, and I'm always thankful to be a part of this crazy family, despite the fact the expenses of my dignity that always happen, it seems. And again, it's always just a fun time here as we truly incorporate, encompass, and appreciate all things wrestling. Shout out to the W family on the Twitter and social media platforms. Damn it. And again, as we got a full commercial break here, I'm just really curious to see. We saw glimpses of what the Wyatt Six are able to do unmasked. And we know what all these athletes are capable of doing. But we are looking at a changed, transformed Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Eric Rowan. And while they echoed video packages similar to the chaos built out of the original Wyatt family, and God rest his soul, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and of course, forever immortal, Bray Wyatt, I'm very curious if that same trios mentality will be taking place here by the Wyatt Six, or are we going to see something completely different here? Again, it's the first time we're seeing them in in-ring action as a trio. Just saying.
Yeah, we may be seeing something totally different. I'm curious to know their gear, and are they going to wrestle with maskless? Are they going to? Because we already know who they all are, so you might as well have them go unmasked. But maybe the mask just as the character. It's going to be curious to know. It's going to be we got to know. Like I can't wait. Curiosity is getting me, and
it looks like we'll know next week if Braun Breaker can survive being now the guy who's targeted versus anyone else targeted. Braun Breaker faces Sami Zayn next week for the Intercontinental Championship. 2 out of 3 falls. Also made official after what happened earlier. It will be a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders match as Damage Control's Io Sky and Kairi Sane go up against Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Of course, now we're getting ready for our main event here on Monday Night Raw this week, though. Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, now known as America Made, stand ready to take on the Wyatt Six in their in-ring debut. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. And the lights go down. You know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
The Fireflies are out tonight.
Maybe they come to the ring masked, but wrestle unmasked.
And that piano tone plays can only mean one thing, as I'm going to join the darkness for now.
Mm-hmm. I saw Wyatt's entrance like that in person. It's so eerie and it's cool at the same time.
It's something special, to say the least. And look at what's there at the entranceway, the symbol of what we've been calling the sixth member of the Wyatt Six. 6 SICKS, folks. That lantern and that rocking chair.
That's awesome. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt.
And meanwhile, as the light pierces through the darkness, they're here.
Definitely.
Oh boy. Coming out, by the way, in case you haven't figured it out, to shatter the last theme brought forward by heartfelt Bray Wyatt. There they are.
With everyone in tow. Uncle Howdy.
And of course, Sister Abigail. This is a hell of a force right here.
Huskus Pig, Rambling Rabbit, Mercy the Buzzer. They're all out here.
Versus the Buzzer, of course, is Dexter Lumis. Husky Harris is Joe Gacy, while, of course, You're the Rabbit, like you just said. Ramblin' Rabbit is Eric Rowan, and Sister Abigail is Nikki Cross. All encompassed around Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas.
Mercy looks more like freaking Predator.
Well, considering who it is, that's probably a fair argument. I bet you he has a hatchet on him still.
Mm-hmm.
We saw their story, and now we're about to witness the reckoning.
Man, Nikki looks. Oof, she's playing this character. She looks creepy.
Yeah, and the others don't. And wasting little time. Here we go. Bombarding the ring.
Well, we get our answer. They wrestle unmasked.
Well, this isn't supernatural. This is tortured, lost souls coming together for a purpose. They are sick. They are the Wyatt Six. And Chad Gable knows what he's facing right now in them. As Uncle Howdy and Sister Abigail watch from the entranceway.
American Made started to work their way up the ramp until they noticed Uncle Howdy turned right around.
Well, how many times has Chad Gable and the Creed brothers ran away? They can't run tonight. They have to wrestle these guys. American Made has to regroup. To your point, though, it looks like Chad Gable wants to start this match potentially against Dexter Lumis. Bell rings are underway. This has officially begun.
And the Creed brothers are coming off Bloodsport, showing how badass they are in real combat. So they shouldn't have any issues being scared or ready to get in this ring.
And Julius Creed now in the ring as Gable ran away, and Dexter Lumis back elbow strike. Dexter Lumis a twisted artist in his own right. Mercy the Buzzard.
Beautiful flying back elbow.
And here's Lumis. Oh!
He literally picked up and then turned it into a spine buster.
Dexter Lumis was always that weird anomaly you never understood, but he always impressed you what he did in that ring. Jumping leg drop to Julius Creed. An attack made now to Joe Gacy, former leader of the Schism before that tree died a horrible death.
Joe Gacy definitely fits in this group. We saw he was a little lost in that NXT. Look at that shot.
A little lost. He never found himself. You kidding me? He's calculating. He's calculated. He's methodical. He's twisted. And once again, Lumis now back in. Backdrop suplex network combination by Lumis and Gacy. Lumis legal now with Brutus.
Gacy looks like he'd been hitting the gym. He looks like in better shape right now.
All right, we'll give you that. Well, we talked about before, when you're lost and you're not found until you are found, you have to try and find yourself again. And clearly that's what Uncle Howdy did with these men. And Sister Abigail, for that matter.
I think Gable just tagged himself in.
And right now, American Made trying to take a cheap shot again. And they didn't take the big man down. Eric Rowan back in. Redbeard, a.k.a. Ramblin' Rabbit right now. And the Wyatt Six taking advantage of American Made here. Wyatt family chaos fairy happening here. Trios turmoil right now.
I don't envy this referee. He's got a hell of a job trying to keep these six in control.
Yeah, you think? Eric Rowan taking control though of both the Creeds here. And Joe Gacy now. What's he looking for here? Double senton drop. Systematic destruction by the Wyatt Six. And what the hell are they doing with Dexter Lumis? Hoisting him up on Redbeard's shoulders. What drop to American Man on the outside. The Wyatt Six dominating in the early going here on this main event of Monday Night Raw.
I think we might say fuck television for the last time. But we're going in the picture side by side.
Honestly, with this type of match and the implications involved and what the Wyatt Six are supposed to represent, mean, and demonstrate, saying they are the reckoning since they were lost and forgotten. It's one of those frames where I feel like this match should have been commercial free, in my opinion. But we'll see in a moment if we get a picture-in-picture. We'll see. Right now, it's not happening. I got a
picture-in-picture.
Well, okay, so I might get it here in a moment. Again, fuck television, fuck television, fuck television. There it is.
And right now, it's all six people outside, and then Julius just got thrown back in the ring by Dexter.
Yeah, let's talk about Let's talk about American Made and the elements part of it. You got Julius Creed, who, of course, the more technically sound, all-around athletic member of the Creed brothers. Then you got Brutus Creed, who literally is a brawler and a powerhouse for the Creed brothers, former NXT Tag Team Champions.
Cover 1, 2. Gacy was trying to cover Julius, but he kicked out. Or sorry, Gable. He covered Gable and kicked out.
Chad Gable again, who literally said, "This is my new family. This is far better than what you three were. Alpha Academy is dead. We are American males." I got a picture finally too, and Joe Gacy here with Chad Gable. Joe Gacy, who led his own family, by the way, and has been found by a new family. Chad Gable, though. God! Dragon Scream leg whip. Damn, that would suck. And looking for the ankle lock potentially here. We know Chad Gable loves to implement an ankle lock. Tried to submit Sami Zayn for the championship and going to town right now.
Step over knee drop. Beautiful.
Tab made now to, I believe that is Brutus Creed, the bigger of the Creed brothers.
Yes, definitely Brutus.
And Brutus and Chad Gable double teaming Joe Gacy right now as American Made has regained control for the time being. Again, we talked about earlier this whole vendetta that the Wyatt Six has against Chad Gable. You wonder again, does this have anything to do with the fact that Chad Gable betrayed his own family? And here we got Brutus Creed right now in control of Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy still trying to get back up to his feet. The big elbow just dropped Gacy.
American Made is in control now. They've taken over.
And Julius Creed now in the ring. Of course, Julius and Brutus are blood brothers. Literally, one of these two fought for the other man to stay in NXT in an ambulance match. And you see right now Julius jawjacking.
And they showed what they could do out of the WWE ring and in blood sports when they're in a real environment. They showed what they can do a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, including one of them getting a TKO victory against Filthy Tom Lawler. There's a cover now, but Julius not even a 1 count though.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot more to keep Joe Gacy down.
Well, I mean, at this point, though, it's Isolate and Dominate. Clearly, they picked Joe Gacy as the weakest of the three, trying to keep Dexter Lumis and especially Eric Rowan at ringside, keep them at bay, keep them from getting in legally. Chad Gable right now teeing up against Joe Gacy, once again, picking apart that leg.
They're definitely working on his leg and hamstring with these moves.
Well, we talked about earlier how much the ankle lock affects all the ligaments, all the muscles in the leg. And right now, Chad Gable literally tying up Joe Gacy's left leg here. Possibly modified ankle lock here for a submission. And we are back here on Monday Night Raw. I believe we finally took our last commercial break here. It is the Wyatt Six in-ring debut against Chad Gable and the Creed Brothers, now known as American Made. And you see Uncle Howdy and Sister Abigail watching on from the entranceway.
Gacy with a shoulder block from the outside.
Oh, wow!
Oh, my God!
Incredible Northern Line suplex there over there by Chad Gable.
Gacy went to flip over the rope and Chad reversed it into a Northern Light suplex. It was beautiful. Surprised they didn't go to a replay there.
And Chad made now quick Chad's here, standing moonsault off the Samoan drop. And now Julius off the second rope with his own moonsault. Now Chad Gable tagged in, now elevating. Top rope moonsault. Trio moonsault here on Gacy, and Dexter Lumis saves the matchup.
That was a train of moonsault back to back.
And man, we're learning a lot here tonight about American Made, as much as we've been learning about the Wyatt Six.
Yeah, literally.
You gotta wonder if Uncle Howdy expected it to go like this to a degree, to be this competitive against these three.
They're working like a well-oiled machine, frequent tags.
Uh-oh. Whoa, God, upside down. What's up, the Creepers by Joe Gacy?
Joe Gacy's a big boy doing that kind of move.
Yeah, the handspring double clothesline. Springboard off the ropes now. And Joe Gacy, critical moment to make a tag here. Eric Rowan says, ready. Take a look at this. Handspring, springboard, double, turn around lariats. And Eric Rowan's now in Rambling Rabbit. One half of the Bludgeon Brothers. And, of course, a third of the original Wyatt family.
They just said that that he is 6'8", 315 of.
And, of course, a former SmackDown Tag Team Champion alongside his brother, forever exalted. And look, Harper, Jesus Christ!
I think Chad Gable just went at least 8 feet in the air.
And Sister Abigail and Uncle Howdy are loving it. Oh, no, no, oh, no. They coming bust! Whoa!
Oh, I thought he was going to go flying.
And baseball slide instead on Chad Gable. Now hoisting up Chad. Oh, man, drop jaw first across the barricade. It's Gable right now, sent back inside. Everyone has completely turned this match around.
What is Redbeard going for? He's
That
standing,
is a
Eric Rowan
shout
standing
out
on the outside.
to Forever Exalted, Luke Harper.
Oh. Literally dropping all his 315-pound frame on Chad Gable.
Slamming Gable down for the 2.5 as American Made saves the matchup.
Both members of the Creed brothers have to come into this.
Oh,
I think all hell started to break loose.
By Julius Creed. And we saw this coming. We all saw this coming. All hell was about to break loose eventually. I mean, it's the Wyatt family MO. And if they're going to be the reckoning of WWE, then the Wyatt Six has to bring the chaos. It's the only way I think they're going to win this. Because you said yourself collisionally, American Made is working on all cylinders here. Oh, wait a minute. Dexter Lumis! Good God! The senton bomb from the top rope wiped out the Creed brothers.
Took them all out.
Now Chad Gable. Gable with the German suplex to Rowan. Are you kidding me to that?
He literally just suplexed 315 pounds.
And held it for a bridge.
He may be 5'10", and he just suplexed someone who's 6'8". I think he's less than 5'10". I think he's 5'8".
It just goes to show that strength is not determined by what you see on the tail of the tape. And Gable right now, I think, realizes who he's facing, and it's not the Creed brothers, it's the Wyatt Six, face to face.
I think Chad Gable's a little bit scary.
Like the Creed brothers, though, trying to take advantage. Meanwhile, Joe Gacy, that's a Lumis double choke sends across the table to the Creed brothers. And Gable is all alone with Eric Rowan. Turn around, Chad.
Don't turn around, Chad.
Oh, no, the claw! Claw slam!
He's in the middle of the ring all alone, Noah.
Gacy with the tag. Tag to Lumis. Chad Gable is all by himself. To your point, this is his reckoning. Pop up power bomb by Gacy with Lumis on the Gable.
Nice.
And now Lumis, who's still legal, goes to the top rope.
Think he's going for a splash here?
Frog splash! Cover! Is it enough for Wyatt Six with the win?
Wyatt Six with their first official win as a team.
Now as a team, Walter, a family.
Yeah. But it did not come easy, Noah. It didn't come easy.
Well, I guarantee you one thing, Walter. Bray Wyatt has to be looking down, smiling from the biggest rocking chair possible in heaven with Luke Harper, seeing what this new family, the Wyatt Six, demonstrated tonight against American Made. And again, that freaking Iron Claw choke slam by Eric Rowan and Chad Gable. That was enough right there, I think, for the 3 count. But this was just confirming it. Mercy the Buzzard flies with the splash, and the Wyatt Six wins.
Of course, the Buzzard would be the one to fly with that splash.
And Abby the Witch coming in with the lantern. And Uncle Howdy couldn't be happier with what he saw tonight from his family. If this is indeed WWE's reckoning, WWE, you are in for a world of trouble. Bray Wyatt, forever immortal.
Rest in peace. I can't wait to see what they do and how they book him for Bash of Berlin.
Man, they are here, and they aren't leaving anytime soon.
That's
Say howdy to the Wyatt Six, your new reckoning, WWE.
That's a hell of a screenshot to end Raw.
No kidding. And with that being said, for the Renegade of Wrestling, Jay Williams, for Walter Cruz, for Jeff Mike Me, John Seminole Plaza, thanks for tuning in our coverage of Monday Night Raw.
Very good first outing we've done of a 3-hour Raw here in a while. I know I heard you thanking everybody during the last part of it, so I'll just simply.
What can I say except you're welcome? Well, the tides.
Hopefully we don't get copyright pinged for that.
You deserve
5 seconds. Good.
That's fair. That's fair.
Damn it.
I queued it up. I was ready. Anyway.
But yeah, that was a solid show. Good Fallout episode from SummerSlam. Yeah, I could be wrong, but Noah seemed like he enjoyed it, that it wasn't too much of a waste of time for him.
There were a couple of fans I was like, meh.
That's fair. There's a couple things on every broadcast we do that I'm a little meh about. Even my NXT. There will sometimes be a segment I'm like, okay.
I'm fine with everything.
Can we get back to Chase U? Can we go back there? Can we give Kaylani another segment?
There you go.
Can we get Roxy on?
I'm really looking forward to Friday, man.
Friday, I'm looking forward to everything this week.
Everything!
Yeah, not something, but everything.
Yeah, well, that
you know, Stat Boy Sports Bar tomorrow, of course. Night 2 of the Great American Bash, which, like you said, we've got some NXT and a crossover tomorrow. We got the Battle of the Joes, Joe Coffey versus Joe Hendry. We've got the Rascals versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom. More specifically, the MSK contingent, the duo that never lost the titles. And realistically, if there has been a TNA NXT that I thought could actually walk away with the gold, I think it could be this match. I think this is where we could finally get the cross promotion championship, and we'll start seeing the Rascals on Impact with the NXT tag team titles.
Ooh, that'd be a sight to see.
Yeah, no
right? Kidding. You know, AEW Dynamite. Okay, yeah, the Greg Cherry Show, of course. Got to get that shill in. Well, I don't usually shill it because I'm never usually involved in it. But Jeff has it here. Got to get the plug in. Dynamite, of course. Like we said, Jeff Jarrett versus Bryan Danielson with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat involved.
And it's no disqualification, which means we're not getting Jewel J. We're getting the last outlaw against the American Dragon.
Video game.
I swear to God, Noah, I swear to God, if Aubrey Edwards is the referee and screws Jeff Jarrett, I will be inconsolable.
You can't say there's a screw job. No. You can't say there's a screw job when the match is no disqualification.
I will be a good boy up until the finish.
Yeah,
you have my word. Because of the agreement we made with Jeff. You have my word. I will be a good boy up until the finish. But if Aubrey is the referee and she screws Jarrett over, I will be inconsolable.
And I'm going to shut you up, even if I accidentally tell somebody else to shut, because I'm not going to look at the screen, because I'm going to put your ass in your place like I do always, especially when it's no disqualification. Anyway.
But JJ, now I'm hoping she does it because it'll make a hell of an open mic night.
That's fair. I mean, we've always got the clip of Thea Hale telling everybody to shut the fuck up.
So. I'll tell her to shut the fuck up too. You think you could stop me?
Everyone shut the up and sit down.
Jeff, were you just trying to do that just because he said the name? Or you were just trying to get on JJ's good side?
I said her name and she appeared. Because everybody on this panel right now.
Oh, I dropped out.
Everybody is enrolled in Chase University. No, nay. Because part of the deal had me have to watch football for an entire season. You are committed to an entire school term, sir.
No, I'm not. I got withdrawal period. I could literally drop out the next day, and I did. Shites. I gave her credit.
You got a whole semester.
I didn't have to give Chase U credit. I had to give Thea Hell credit, and I did. I fulfilled my commitment. I'm free and clear. I'm a lawyer. I know how to add loopholes to contracts. Base Mark Sterling. That being said, great effort. It'll be her day. It wasn't her day. Roxanne's on our level. Curious we hear from Thea Hell tomorrow night. I'll finish this thing out.
Then, of course, as the graphic was up on the screen, we got the top 10 songs by the Monkees, the original boy band, the original group that was put together by television producers specifically to sell records. Before there was New Kids on the Block, New Edition, before there was Backstreet or NSYNC or 98 Degrees or any of the others, there were Peter, Mickey, Davey, and Mike, the monkeys. And I consulted with another very intelligent source on this list, and we put together the 10 songs and a few honorable mentions that'll be on this list. Thank you, Natalie, for helping me arrange this list. Then, of course, looking forward to Impact. Man, I've been hearing grumblings about some of the matches that have taken place. I am not going to say anything because if the spoiler ends up being untrue, if the rumor ends up being untrue, I don't want to be sitting here with mud on my face. But if some of the stuff plays out that I have heard plays out, ho, buddy, things are going to be really looking good come emergence. And Noah, I was doing some thinking. Maybe, just maybe, the reason that Victory Road was moved from Ohio to Texas is because they're going to give you Bound for Glory. They haven't announced the location yet. They haven't announced the date yet, but everything else for the rest of the year is announced. If they took that away from you, I wonder if they're going to give you Bound for Glory.
I might actually forget it if they did that.
And then, of course, Friday, Ask Me Anything and SmackDown, which unfortunately I will not be there for, as duty calls, real work calls, but you will get the Simple Man Noah Foster and Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz on the call for that one, if needed. And then, of course, prior to open mic night,
Collision
will be AEW Collision.
Botch. Where we're going to see a Texas Bull Rope match with Cowbell. And I'm not singing Blue Oyster. We're not talking about Blue Oyster Cult, but that's still a great song. Of course, we will see. Yep.
And the virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo.
Long may she fucking reign.
There it is.
There we go. Very nice. There you go.
And then on the 7th day, we rest.
Yes.
But
although I'm sure Noah will be watching all kinds of Japanese wrestling and getting
I got 2 days of G1 Climax to catch up on. And I know start with their 5-star Grand Prix with Honda J involved in it. Definitely going to watch. I got so much wrestling. All the wrestling.
I haven't seen full-on stuff, but I did see a highlight package. Tavion Heights showed the fuck up. The little 30-second minute video that I saw, he was looking good.
Good.
So I'm going to be curious to hear your thoughts, sir, on how he and Briggs did in their matches there.
I got to catch up again. I will see what I can do. So much going on right now. All the wrestling. Continue.
So since we were talking about the watch along and everything, we are going to be covering SmackDown's return to USA. This has to be the same night as Victory Road, so we are doing a simulcast. God help us all. Or actually, that's not simulcast. That'd be the same thing. 2 separate streams on the same night, probably around the same time. So there is that.
What will probably be happening on that one, depending on my work schedules, it'll probably be Noah and James on Victory Road, and me and Walter on SmackDown.
Most likely.
That's fine.
As much as I have enjoyed doing Impact with you, and especially with the NXT involvement, I mean, unless James wants to do SmackDown, which we'll give him the option, because he feels comfortable as a play-by-play guy. He can do play-by-play. Walter do color there. I can do color on the TNA stuff.
Yes. And then, of course, we'll also be along for the ride for the debut of NXT on CW. Yes. And we don't have a graphic yet because I want to make sure we give WWE the proper opportunity to make their own fancy graphic, but we will be covering the debut of Raw on Netflix. No doubt about it.
Duh.
Yeah.
Now, here's where the $1 million question truly lies, Noah, and you don't have to give an answer yet. You can let it percolate in your head. But considering we've been doing NXT, you and I, or actually you and Walter, as a consistent broadcast, with AEW presenting Title Tuesday, in direct competition to that week's NXT.
Oh Lord.
Where does your loyalty lie, though?
It won't be the first week, thankfully.
We know that you're more of an AEW guy than a WWE guy, hands down. But as I said, you and Walter have been doing NXT. You seem to be enjoying this modern NXT. While it will never be your NXT, it will never be the black and gold. It feels like it's about as close as it's going to get to that without it becoming that again, with the excitement and the energy that you bring to it. So take a couple weeks, think about it. Completely up to you. And then again, depending on my work schedule, if it's got to be me and Walter and you and James are doing Title Tuesday, so be it. If you and Walter want to do NXT because that's been your weekly commitment and me and James do AEW, so be it. But as we like to say in the sports bar, the puck is in your zone, sir. It's the equivalent of the ball is in your court.
Okay.
But you can think about it, so we're good.
Yeah. You don't got to give an answer right now. We've got until October. But
Fair
just
enough.
wanted to make sure you had
Faster.
the information. And
Put me
you
on
could
the
start
spot back.
processing.
And I was like, what?
It's one of those things, Jay. The first episode's on the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be calling that for sure because there won't be AEW that night.
Correct.
It's the
At least,
first of the
at least
month.
as of now, unless TK gets another curly hair up his ass.
Shush, stop it. You shush. You shush.
So
Wake up.
you got a week from that point. Hey, what are we doing? So there you go.
All right, fair enough.
All right, kids. For those of you on the East Coast, good night. We love you. Get some sleep. Get some rest. Those of you on the West Coast, I'm going to watch WWE now because I'm into the Orton versus Gunther promo on my end of things, but I'm going to go watch it from there. For everybody else, we'll see you again tomorrow. First, during Southway Sports Bar, we'll be covering the Olympics, well-ish, and so much more. And then, of course, the Great American Bash at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific with Noah and JJ back on the call for Cheers NXT. Till then, bye.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.